It's all your fault.
It's always
Damn
my
it.
fault. It's always my fault.
I didn't enjoy anything. I didn't enjoy any of it. It's actually a nightmare.
Maybe it was because you pulled so hard on the window with the
Yeah.
thing that, you know.
So, welcome back, folks. Sorry for the technical issues, but we are live here.
You should know we're always
gosh.
going to be 15, 20 minutes or
45 minutes.
45 minutes late.
Yeah.
It just
South Florida time.
If we say, 9:30, we mean 10:45.
South Florida time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're back from an exciting weekend where we helped to host the live stream of the Klutch Kickers event. And for those of you who tuned in, thank you for watching, supporting, and taking part on something that was completely unexpected in its first year, in its first iteration. And I don't know what else to say about it, but let's actually, before we move on, my apologies. Let's properly reintroduce ourselves. My name is Captain Ben, and with me I have Mr.
I'm Mr. Timothy Murphy.
and
Jack Black.
oh, shut
Yeah,
up.
Jack Black's here.
Yeah.
He joined us
And-
from Klutch Kickers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plays the saxophone.
Yeah.
Barely. But yeah.
And
Paul Murphy.
there we go. Thank you. And in any
Sexy
case,
man.
so where do we begin? I guess, how was the trip drive up? Wait, what?
Oh, boy.
Do you want to start with County Line or you want to start
No, what are you
Oh.
No,
talking about?
no, come on.
We're talking about Klutch Kickers.
Yeah,
here.
we're
But they're
already
going to
there.
tune out after we're done with the Clutch.
No,
They're not gonna get over County Line.
no,
I'm just joking.
Okay.
So the drive up.
The drive
Was
up.
interesting.
So we had 3 drives, right? Okay, so Tim had his family drive, which for
Yeah.
some reason he did that.
Well-
and then Ben had his relationship drive, and then we had our threesome drive.
Your
Yeah.
threesome.
Yeah.
You talk about that.
Yeah, well, I drove all the way up and all the way down, so there's that. But it was there was a lot of rain. Holy
We saw the cleanest 240 in the world.
Oh yeah.
Where was that?
Driven by a girl that had no idea that Noelle was trying to
Yeah.
buy the car. He was unsoliciting her for sex.
Yeah.
He wanted to buy the car. He pulled over to her side and was like, money, and she's like, no.
And you can see she stepped on it.
Yeah,
and-
she was like gunned it and then just
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, had you been in a regular car, she wouldn't have got away.
Yeah, so the 2.5 liters of Fury couldn't keep up with the with that
Cam
240.
power? Was it single cam?
It was a single cam,
Yeah,
so
it was a single cam.
it was pretty bad.
Yeah, but we had all 3 of us in there plus our stuff. So
Yeah.
the poor little Ford was having a hard
Well,
time.
we had a very interesting situation, which Paul is always going to blame on me. But we had a waterfall inside of
car.
the van.
For
And
some reason, the windshield decided to just let all the water in from outside.
Yeah.
And rain down on the dash.
Yeah.
Spraying us with water. And the only solution was to grab a suction cup for like a phone holder, stick it to the windshield, and pull it and hold it in to keep the water out. So we sat there for most of the drive holding the windshield in with the suction cup until we figured out how to use a bungee cord to hold that down, and so that way we had our system.
See, it made it wireless.
But why did it leak? Let's see. First, he's
Well,
gonna
all I
blame me.
remember is Noelle telling me that he's going to drive with me, and then I got up that morning, opened the car, went in there, and I saw a drip. I'm like, oh, maybe my car's condensating on the inside. That's kind of weird. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. We get in a road trip, and it's raining down, and it's all Noelle's fault.
Okay, so it's all my fault. Although he had just recently bought one of those cell phone holders that you suction cup to the window, and then but the way look at this man.
He went Hulk smash on
Take
it.
a
I did
good
not Hulk
look at this.
smash.
You
Look,
Hulk smash.
I did not Hulk smash.
He said he just put it on there, but
I did.
for him to just put it on there is he was able to move the windshield with his thumb.
Yeah, I will give you that. Okay, they said, well, push it with your thumb. So I pushed it, and it actually the whole window flexed out.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's just
And it
a
was
software.
Can
right-
you imagine if you pushed it and
That's what we were saying. I said, oh my god,
That's a good thing it didn't
we
just,
could have imploded the windshield.
you had all that already coming in, but it was like,
We would have been with we would have had to buy goggles, like fishing like snorkeling goggles, and just sit there and get
You still had another 5-hour drive. It
Yeah, I know. It would have been terrible.
Oh man.
And then on top of that, I mean, it was right where he installed that cell phone holder. So I mean, you know,
Yeah, my drive was great. I don't know about you, Ben.
I
Didn't have any issues.
I
right?
pretty
We
much.
ran into some traffic,
Well,
but-
see, here's the funny part. I called Noel, or he called me. I forgot exactly how it went, but
you always call me. So
yeah, I called Noel, and I was like, "Where are you guys?" And I think you said you were in Palm Beach or something like that.
yeah.
Stewart,
Palm
I think.
Beach.
You were just
Yeah,
leaving.
we're getting to the exit of PBIR. So, yeah.
So then I was like, "Oh, I just took off,"
Yeah.
which wasn't really the truth.
Oh, he bent it. He bent the truth.
So, yeah, so I had already, I think I was in Boynton Beach.
Oh, so you were right behind us.
Yeah, I was in
okay.
Boynton Beach when
And
you
so
guys...
we decided to take lunch, take our time because we figured
Yeah,
Ben was
that
so
hour
far
in
back.
Orlando. If we're gonna stop, we stop in Gainesville because at least that's halfway point. But we made it quickly to Orlando. Like we're 2.5 hours. And We're
Yeah.
like, oh, we're doing pretty good time. Let's stop and eat for an hour.
I don't think we made it that quickly because
No, it was about 3 hours.
Gabby was specific that he did not want to eat until like 2:00, and we did that.
Yeah,
So-
and we left around 11 o'clock.
Yeah,
But
so-
another thing about our trip here is we're all terrified about a tire exploding.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Because the tires rumble like
Yeah.
you got like a dead body on them.
Oh, it's like...
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Do you want to hear that noise again?
no.
Because I'm Jack Black. I'm pretty good at it.
Oh, shush. So,
So yeah, so every time I would go a touch over 80, everybody would freak out, or especially Paul. You're going too fast. I'm like, it's only 81, dude. I mean,
Well,
don't.
that's when it
granted-
really starts shaking. I mean, the whole car starts doing the Harlem Shake. You feel the back going. Tuk, 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 tuk.
Yeah.
you know,
You guys, we were together until like around Ocala. And then
Yeah, but
guys
you're not a good person to caravan with because
Nah.
you're like slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. And we said screw it.
we didn't
Yeah.
slow down, speed up.
Yeah, you
I
slow
was
down
way
and
ahead of
speed
you
up.
guys.
Yeah, because you sped up.
yeah, because he took off on us.
We can't go over 80.
Yeah.
It starts doing the Harlem Shake.
So it just goes to show how fast Tim drives.
yeah,
Wow, I didn't think I was driving that fast.
you were.
But yeah, so that was part of our experience. After we got to
Oh, we also
Crestview.
found Toge rest stop.
Oh yeah.
We found the Toge rest stop.
Yeah.
There's a rest stop, and I took a picture of it. I got the mile marker, but you have to go up on like a mountain road to get up to it, and it's like winding all the way up, and then up on the top is a big gigantic sweeper,
Yeah.
like a
It's
gigantic sweeper.
It's so sweet.
So
It's
I mean,
so
we
good.
just bring the cars up there, trailer them up there, hang out the rest stop.
You just come in and out of the rest stop.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
But so we get to Crestview, which is where our hotel is, and
Something else happened?
yeah, we went to our favorite restaurant.
Oh God!
We
what a freaking burger! God, I don't want to ever eat Whataburger again.
You know, last time it was that what's that chicken place? Zaxby's.
Oh, Zaxby's.
Zaxby's. That was bad.
That was horrible.
I love it. I was trying to get you guys to go again.
It's
but,
like KFC but greasy.
Yeah, but you know, I have to give Shulman credit. It was a good restaurant. Their guacamole was very
Larumba?
good.
Oh, we're talking La Rumba.
Yeah, La Rumba was.
Well, yeah, we
That was
ate
Shulman's
good. We
recommendation.
ate good one night.
Well, then
One
Casbah coffee was good.
Casbah coffee was
No,
great, but we only got those 2 days.
yeah, because when was it? Sunday was closed.
Saturday was closed.
Saturday was closed.
Saturday? Oh, I
Was
thought-
it Sunday?
No,
it was Sunday. It was Sunday. Yeah.
yeah.
Saturday was open. Sunday was closed.
Yeah, that was a really weird.
Well, it's
So now that leads us up. Okay, we get to the hotel, and then we wake up Saturday morning, bright and early.
Well, I was watching FD Japan.
Well, that's why you stay up late. Yeah.
He fell asleep.
Yeah, I
watching
fell
it.
asleep, but I still watched like half of the qualifying, so I was like all drifted out by the end of the weekend. But anyway, so yeah, we wake up the next day. Paul's trying to hurry me up, although Gabby is going way slower. But it's always me that.
Yeah, Gabby actually ended up riding with me at the first Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he rode with me to
Because
go
we had to go to the Walmart and we did all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to go to Walmart and get everything,
Yeah.
and then we get to the track, and Ben has.
Well, we
most
went
of
to
the stuff set-
Casbah first.
Well, we went to Casbah first. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to go in order, guys.
I
Jeez.
know, but we got to, we don't want to be here all night just talking about the time
Yeah,
before
let's
the
get
We're
to
going to
the-
talk about drifting a lot, guys.
Yeah, I know, but let's get
Let's
the
get the
point.
drifting.
Yeah.
So we get to the track. The weather it's overcast, so we're thinking, hey, maybe it's not too bad.
And then
But then
the storm and
Then
the razor blade of death
feeder band.
freaking hits us. It's this storm. It's this feeder band from the storm that just razor blades up exactly where we were
it goes
at.
long ways. Instead of just going across us like that, it just
No, it just pounds us for a good 5 hours.
Like it slices,
Yeah.
it dices.
It sliced right through us for about 5 hours. Just pouring rain. They were sucking water out faster than the well.
Wow. All right.
It got
Okay.
quiet.
Keep going. Keep going. Dead air.
I need some water.
It was a time for a mental pause.
Yes,
Like
take
no
a look at that.
sucking.
Yeah.
Okay, so
All right.
so yeah,
No, so much water, so much they couldn't even handle it. They
were
said like,
trying to practice in
let's
between.
just take a break because this is just too bad. There's too much water. But talking about what a team and what a great track team that
Staff,
they have
yeah.
there. The track staff, the management, how quickly they cleaned up and dried up that track. I mean, you don't see that anywhere.
yeah,
No.
a lot of places they'll sit there and want to wait for it to dry off, but they got the pump.
No, they know
the judges
exactly-
were out there barefoot helping too, and
Yeah, you had Pat Gooden, the Florida man,
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
there
King of spring
catching
break.
gators with his hands.
Yep.
Sitting
Just
on them.
walking everywhere barefoot.
yeah, leeches. What about leeches?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't walk around barefoot there because when we walked around.
bit by ants.
I don't know. I was looking at the desk and I saw this worm inchworming his way across our table. I'm like,
yeah.
oh my god,
Oh, wow.
kind of weird bugs. Because at night there, all sorts of kind of weird bugs come out.
Yes.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Stuff you've never
Like
seen
right when the
before.
sun is setting, these weird little brown bugs that I don't even know. I kept on squishing them, but they're about this big. And they just come out of the ground. They're wiggling. I was like, what the hell is this? And then Gabby saw some giant tarantula.
Yeah.
And so it's
it was interesting,
Yeah,
to
it's
say the least,
interesting.
yeah.
There's a lot of funky animals out there.
It almost reminded me of some of the wildlife we encountered at Candyline in the middle of the
Yeah,
night.
some of those bugs from
yeah,
Canada.
it was
big
just
old
like
things,
random
like
stuff.
big old
Snakes.
pinchers and
Yeah, no.
like
yeah.
flying dung.
We get fire. Remember, we used to get fireflies every now and then.
Yeah, the fireflies were cool. We used to
Yeah.
get county line little fireflies. So
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. So once the rain finally subsided, they were able to clear the track. We got a little sparkle of sun, and it ended up being beautiful from then on. Actually, they had to adjust the schedule.
Yeah.
So they had to switch the whole competition basically over to Sunday, and only managed to get the qualifying done on Saturday. But which was very interesting. It was a good thing to watch all the qualifying. The guys did a good job. Unfortunately, I think we had 3 cars double zero. And then one of the cars, I think it was Buster, even though he qualified when he did go the next day, he blew up his car during practice, so he wasn't able to.
I
So we
forgot
actually
about
ended
that.
up having quite a few buy runs, which I know a lot of the viewers were like, hey, what's up with all these buys?
Yeah, they only had 53 drivers,
Right, and you take 3 out for double
And you take
zeros
3
and
out,
1 out
so you only
for blown motor.
so you only had 49.
49.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Now, I think a lot of that had to play with because of the storm.
what I understand with though, so why cap it at 64 drivers if like at registered if you're not gonna if you're gonna have a top 64 anyways and you're gonna do qualifying? So why not let 80 guys sign up?
Well, can you imagine how long qualifying will be?
No, that was a bad. They normally finish up round 4 went perfect. There was plenty of breaks.
Yeah,
Only
we-
reason this sucked so bad is because we didn't have any time because of the rain.
Yeah.
I think capping it at 64 is fine because of situations that arise like this. I mean, can you imagine 80 drivers after having a long day of dealing with the rain? Oh, by the way, we didn't even mention about how we were hanging onto our tent for dear
Oh
life.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the winds got so high that the tent that we were under was actually lifting
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the bricks that were holding it down.
with the not bricks. I mean they were 5-gallon buckets
buckets.
full of concrete.
Yeah.
and they were lifting that up. So we were
Yeah.
hanging off of
They
the
were even lifting
actual.
Paul. It was crazy.
Anyway, and the thing, what made it worse is that we had to cover the sides with tarps
Because
in
the
order to
rain
keep-
was sideways.
The rain was sideways, and
Yep.
we had all the equipment there. So
The rain was drifting, y'all.
yeah, it was.
Even the rain was sideways at Klutch Kickers.
It was interesting for
It was,
sure.
it was excited. It was
But I thought the qualifying went very smooth.
Yeah.
They did a great
and,
job with the qualifying.
yeah.
I mean, we are we going to watch his run?
You want to start? Yeah, I
So
can.
we can
I can cue that up.
that kind of gets us to the qualifying then. and-
I wanted to also say that everybody that drove there did an excellent job considering what little bit of practice they had, and how they had to adjust their line through the
Even
track.
to the lowest qualifiers, the guys
Yeah.
like Emerson. I think Emerson Noguera was a lower qualifier, right?
Yeah, I think he was the 50th.
He was the lowest
Still,
qualifier.
what a great job you guys did. You know,
Yeah, even
and
even the
adapting.
guys, even the guys who weren't able to qualify. I mean, you still had to go through so much just to get those 2 runs in because you barely had any practice.
And it wasn't consistent track.
The track conditions were changing constantly.
Yeah, it was.
And then you guys, most of those guys that did spin out there that got zeros, they were trying to take the right line.
Yeah.
And you can even
Yeah.
see, like, if you watch Taylor Ray's video, he even says that, like, during his qualifying run, he was taking him way inside line because he was trying to stay off of that water.
Yeah.
And,
Especially
you know,
in
those guys were trying to take the right line, but it turns out, like, the right line was just too dangerous.
Yep.
Right. Like outer zone 2.
Outer zone 2 was completely, you can't, if you took an outer line on that, it was going to spin you, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you saw.
Who was it? Avocado. He tapped the wall. He spun backwards into the K rail
he
there.
did.
They had to pull him off. I think Shulman did too. Maybe.
Yeah, a few people went backwards into that wall. It was not just water out there. It almost seemed like there was
Mud.
like detergent on there where
Yeah.
it made it super slippery. I mean, the way the cars were just spinning around was just ridiculous.
And then from what I hear from the drivers, as the qualifying progressed, the track got stickier and stickier. So then they had to constantly you go out there thinking it's going to be wetter than it is, and you have more traction, and you're like, oh, wait a minute.
Or you have dry patches that are sticky, and then wet patches that are, like, slippery as ice.
Yeah, that's the
You know,
worst.
that's like, oh my God, you can't prepare.
Yeah, that's the hardest condition to drive in.
They did a
when-
good job. It was good.
They did a great job.
Ken, I feel like we should address something that it only became. I mean, I'm just thinking back at it now, and I think that it took us. I don't know how you guys feel about the judging, but I feel like it took us. I don't know if we ever got synchronized with the judges.
For a little while we did. I think towards the like halfway towards the end, our scores and as well as a lot of people on the live chat,
Yeah.
they were throwing scores as well.
Yeah.
And there was the one guy. I forget you. I don't remember the name.
Yeah,
He was almost on point with every call.
There was
Yeah.
2 that I remember. There was one, Izuki.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that was
Zuko
one
or
of
something
them.
like that, yeah.
And
Izuku,
another
yeah.
one was Alpha.
Okay.
Alpha something. Those 2 were pretty on point around the ballpark of where the judges were at. And I'm curious. I mean, so you had some people in the chat were saying
They are the judges.
they are the judges
Yeah.
secretly, or maybe they were seeing something. They realized what exactly the judges were looking for,
maybe
and
they
we
were-
just couldn't figure it out.
Or
for
maybe
some
they were
reason.
up in the judges booth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you never know. And another thing, we never really got the exact judging criteria, and we didn't really talk to any of the judges. Just a couple of things here and there that we did find out. Something to realize is that, of course, you know, being here in America, the thing that we watch the most here when it comes to drifting is Formula Drift. We kind of get our idea of what the judges are looking for through that. And of course, we're talking about a different series here, Klutch Kickers, where things might be slightly different, and those slight differences will make a drastic change in scoring.
Well, Klutch
and-
Kickers doesn't have the map like Formula Drift where they have, here's your decel zone, here's your accel
Well,
zone. You know.
of course, but I'm saying like they still have differences in the way they judge certain things that we're still not 100% sure of. Next year, we do want to get in touch with the judges about like, hey, getting us some information so that way we can go along when we're watching these qualifying runs, and so that way we know we are a little bit closer to what.
Yeah, it'd be
Well,
good. It'd be cool if we could
Yeah.
do like a pre-interview before even the rounds start with the judges.
Yeah.
Well, the
To kinda give an update.
previous round, I think because of the way the weather was and how everything was kind of rushed and the stress it put on the organization and just running the event in general. I think last time we actually were able to get insight on the judging and also bring in Will Parsons to do an interview.
That's right.
So I want to say that had that weather not been, we probably would have been more in tuned to what the judges were looking for.
Yeah.
But it's a growing series, and for us, it's a new thing for us as well as a live stream to go out there and cover something like that.
Yeah.
There's a learning curve.
Yeah, we're
And-
used to being the judges.
yeah, we're used to being the judges, or just talking like we're talking here, where we're just talking about drifting and cars and
Yeah.
whatever events have gone down. and analyzing different aspects of events. But with this, we have to just be a little more. We have to put more time and effort into it.
Yeah.
I think just for us as a whole, and that's a learning curve that we have. And I know next season is we're just gonna get bigger and better.
Of course. And also, let's also make sure everybody knows these scores were on average lower than normal because the drivers had to take different lines to make it around the track. The judges did say in the drivers meeting they are not going to adjust scores due to rain. They're going to judge it the same way.
Which I think was the right thing to do.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can do. Now, granted, we still got some high 80s.
We did, but they deserved high 80s.
But they deserved it, and they were brave enough to go out on a track that they weren't 100% sure of. So,
So
we can watch the 90 run that was not a 90 because of an incident.
the 90 that could have been
90 that could have been now.
from Adam LZ.
Yeah. Let's go
Let's
ahead
cut the video.
and cue that up. Okay, and let's play.
So here is Adam LZ about to lay down his first qualifying run.
But we all believe that he would have taken out Chelsea DeNofa in the last round had his car not broken. But here he is back. There is no Chelsea DeNofa to stand in his way this time. So here he goes as he initiates. Nice. On that
The
first
trunk
initiation.
pops
He's gonna
open.
keep it wide. Nice and wide through zone number 1. Right on that quick. Wow, can't get any closer. Oh, wow. He's hitting all the. That's okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, no. Are they really going to do that? They said it's a zero. Oh, man, nice and wide. Wow, this is a zero. Oh, my gosh. Look how just the best. Wow. Guys, holy cow. That was by far the best run. That's an extra spoiler. That's an extra spoiler. That is an extra spoiler. that was on demand.
I was trying to find some way to justify it because I just felt so bad. I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then all of a sudden it's like, no.
That was a good one.
I mean, it was borderline perfect. The line, the amount of speed he was carrying through the track, the angle, everything was like exactly what the judges were looking for. Just that,
His freaking trunk popped open.
a technicality got him,
And the judges spoke to it right before there, so it was like there's no getting by it. They said if your door, trunk, anything pops open without the other driver hitting you to cause that or bumper fall off, then it is a zero.
Now, what do you think about? I was watching Taylor Ray's video, and he said that the judges were looking a little more of a little more angle and not necessarily riding the edge of the track as much. Did you guys check out Taylor Ray's video when he was going over the judging?
I saw that, and then of course, we weren't there in the beginning of the year,
Right.
and we weren't sure about what was going on because in the previous events, there wasn't any commentating, so we didn't know exactly what they were looking for. But maybe throughout the year, the line wasn't as important as throwing a lot of angle, and I'm not sure if I agree with going with that. I mean, I think the line is just as important. I think they should weigh evenly.
I mean, when we were watching it, the third turn obviously didn't mean much.
Yeah, because everybody they could really not be that deep around the third outer zone,
And it
still
really
walk away with a good score.
didn't affect their points.
But I think that's the vantage point. I don't think the judges could see that.
Yeah, it was far away from the judges. The judges don't have access to replay all of the video. They can only watch whatever video is fed on the live stream. That's going to be something that maybe eventually that they can do, with more sponsors and more help on. I mean, the stuff that they're doing already for how small the series is amazing. I mean, that live stream is really awesome. Shout out to Matt Stone from Stone Sharp Images for doing a good job with the video and all the guys out there doing the manning the cameras. The other Matt, and all the other guys,
and to his wife for those muffins. They were delicious.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he mentioned something about those muffins, but who
You
knows?
didn't get to have them?
I didn't know I had a muffin, but anyways.
The marijuana. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, those guys, I mean, it was really good. That's what I'm saying. It's a really good live stream for what it is. But the judges can't see everything. So, their vantage point is turn 2 and they can definitely see the inner clip, and they can see the touch and go, and they can see the initiation. So, I mean, I think they did pick the best spot to judge from.
Yeah, they can see
Yeah.
about 80% of the track.
Yeah, and then the last percent is,
Well, actually, I do have some footage because of sort of their vantage point. Let me go
really?
ahead and. I mean, it's not exactly their vantage point, but let me go ahead and.
yeah, I'd be
pull
interested to
that
see
up.
what that actually looks from. Oh, okay, yeah, it is kind of. It's right underneath.
Is that good ones footage?
No, that's
Ooh.
Wow, he went way off there.
yeah. I was actually standing right there, but yeah, that was.
Oh, see, that's a much better vantage point to see the maturity.
But you
track.
can't
can
see.
that
You
turn right
can't.
there.
You can't see that. You can't see
You
what
just
they're
can't
doing.
see
but-
right from there on. But you
Yeah.
can see the beginning of outer zone number
I
3.
mean, it's a little bit better from where the judges are at because they are higher.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Oh, you mean compared to what we're looking at right
Yeah,
here?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So I mean, but it's still not enough. I don't think it's enough height to really get a good perspective on where the cars are on that part of the track. I mean, it looks like they could be offline, online. We don't know.
Like if they had like one more, because they were basically on scaffold. If they had like
Yeah.
one more scaffold, they'd probably be perfect for them.
Yeah, I honestly well, I mean,
Because you can't put them in the middle track because then they're turning to be dizzy.
that could be pretty dangerous though.
Yeah.
It'd be dizzy.
They'd be
I'd
dizzy.
say it'd be pretty dangerous to put more scaffolding. I mean, they are pretty high already, and
No,
it's
not
scaffolding.
dangerous.
It's not
It's not dangerous. No, we do scaffolding all the time in my
even
job.
with winds and stuff. I don't know, man.
Those winds were
Well,
pretty
okay,
high,
so
but
yeah.
but that's not typical.
That's not typical, but no,
Yeah.
you could probably do an 18-foot scaffold and be
Okay,
fine.
yeah, I mean that would help.
You just need the kind of outriggers, the right outriggers.
And the only other thing, I mean, right now maybe Klutch Kickers isn't ready for that yet, but it's just another camera view.
What I would
Maybe-
do is screw that and just rent us a
Platform.
scissor lift,
Okay,
an extended scissor lift,
Yeah.
because then you can get high and you can you don't have to worry
you
about
can
that.
get high, huh?
And we had a scissor lift.
get high
At,
with a
remember, we had
scissor
we had a scissor lift at US Drift Circuit. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had 2 of them actually.
But we
Remember
put
the-
no into one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't you and Ralph and
Guillermo.
jumping up and down on it.
All the
Holy
big
cow.
boys,
Talk
all
about
the big boys.
that hydraulic hose, man. That stuff can
Yeah.
hold some pressure. Holy cow!
These boys really put it to the test.
They did. I wish we could get a cue video of that.
Well, that
up.
was better than.
There was that video that my culture put up, but
I know, My Culture.
I would have to find it.
That was
Yeah.
actually one of my all-time favorite videos. That My Culture video that came out for that event. The
Yeah.
music
Yeah.
and the editing was phenomenal on that video.
that scissor lift was way better
I used to
than
love
what
Chris
we have
Lawrence videos.
to.
Chris
ex-
Lawrence's videos were the best.
What we
Oh,
experienced at
yeah.
Sebring last year, Ben.
Sweet Motion.
Which
When
The
you,
heat?
No, you, Juan, and I were judging in the little.
We're getting off of Klutch
Oh, the
Kickers,
Sebring,
bud.
right?
No, but
we can talk about that when we get to
No.
Canada.
We're talking about a scissor lift, and I'm telling you how that was better than what we experienced last year.
Was that Sebring?
Yeah.
Sebring.
Yeah, so we
I didn't make that event.
So we had maybe like a 5x5 little area that we all had to stand in, and me and Juan were in there already.
And you guys are like 3x3, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And then Ben came in and had to, and
poor
we
Ben.
were all standing in this
It was in
little
a
small
switch.
scaffold. That was how high would you say that was? Maybe about a good 7-8 feet high off the ground.
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah, and we were
Noel
just
he felt like he was 3 stories high.
yeah. Well, I mean, we were all squeezed in there. It was kind of rough, and it was hot.
It was top heavy, and whenever we would like go up or down, it'd be one of those like, someone please hold it, support it
Well,
from the
Chris
bottom.
Jackson assembled it.
Yeah, Chris,
Yeah, I
no,
wouldn't
Chris
have
Jackson went
His-
out of
his
his way to
minions-
set
He was
it up for
involved.
us.
His minions.
He was involved.
His
yes.
minions.
I
he was
wouldn't
involved.
get on it.
Yeah.
So,
We should have had like 3 separate ones. But
yeah,
that wasn't gonna happen.
that was fun.
What was really bad is when people were trying to climb up on it, and we have to like practically like kick them in the face to get
It's like King of the Hill.
Pow, get
It's
those.
like getting attacked by zombies or
Were you getting
something.
attacked by like freaking drivers or something?
It was.
For
They were
your
like
bad- for your
they were
bad
like
decisions?
zombies trying to climb up.
They're
you know?
protesting, right?
Protesting.
But anyway, sorry about that rant.
We hate your calls. Get down here.
Screw you, Judge.
We're gonna go back to Klutch
Yeah.
Kickers.
So let me just pull up another video that Diana got to record.
This is a fellow.
yeah,
He's a good fellow.
Other examples from
Is that the
there.
Mustang with the Mustang front end?
Mustang with the Mustang front end. We had some odd cars out there with different front end conversions.
Yeah. At least that one kept it in the family.
Yeah, it's a Mustang with the Mustang front end. It was the Nissan that was kind of
The Misanda. Misanda.
Yeah, that was kind of rough. But it did throw me off at first. When I first saw that car, I thought that was an S15 front end, and then I was like, that doesn't look right. And it was a Mazda 6 front end. I was like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah. So, but Saturday, the sun was shining. There was a nice little breeze.
No.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Did I say
Sunday.
Sunday?
Saturday.
I
No,
said
you said Saturday, yeah.
Saturday was
But
That's the old age kicking in.
But before we do that, I do want to highlight one other part about the qualifying was this.
For some reason,
Oh, yeah.
Greg Jones
Oh.
was on the line instead
yes.
of.
So we
Yes.
thought Greg Jones came back on to do another qualifying run,
yeah,
which
I would
was
like to get an
confusing.
update on this.
And we eventually found out it was Kevin Lawrence.
Yep.
Yep.
Because his
we have
car
2
was
drivers left.
broken.
Troy
Yeah.
Manners got
So I talked to Kevin Lawrence that night, and he was telling me how his RB30 and his S14 locked up. They weren't sure at the time what was going on with it because it had no water in the cylinders. The oil looked good. There was no metal, shavings anywhere.
I don't know how. You see the picture of that. It looks like
It
it's
didn't
like,
have time to circulate through.
Yeah, it probably just locked up right then and there.
Maybe.
But there's a picture on his Instagram
it's toast. Yeah.
of his rod and his crank, and they're done. They're done like that.
It's comploding.
Yeah.
Ooh, he straightened out there.
Yeah, he did. It was very slow transition, but just
Yeah.
not long enough to get a zero.
I think he got saved. It was during the transition, and it was quick because
He fixed it really quick, yeah, but there was
This is
a...
more like what we could see right here,
He's using Greg Jones's car.
which is actually still better than what we could actually see.
Yeah. But we got to give him credit. He took a car that
Wasn't his, he never
that
drove.
wasn't his, never driven before, and he's not used to V8s. He's always been a turbo
I don't know, that was
196
pretty
kind of guy.
Yeah. It's funny you bring that up, Paul, because Noel pointed that out
He did?
during the live stream.
Yeah,
He pointed that out. He
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was
"Oh, those
pretty
green."
rough.
yeah.
But he made it.
Yeah, but he made it, and well, it continues on. The story continues on, but we'll move on to other things.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, to what happened on Sunday.
Sunday.
So he was able to qualify in somebody else's car,
Yeah,
which some people were like, "Oh, hell, how can you qualify?" Because we know Formula Drift rules. They said you have to compete in the car you qualify in.
yeah,
But Klutch Kickers, due to the weather, I think a lot of that had to do with weather circumstances, and thinking maybe that's what caused his engine to blow.
Well, they didn't have any rules against it, so there's no
yeah.
rules against it.
Right.
You can qualify whatever car
Thank
you want.
goodness,
Yeah.
though, because
yeah.
So
we all know what happened.
Yeah, because it all turned out really well for him. Just
yeah,
not-
considering
yeah, not to fast forward through that or
Right.
anything, but
Yeah, we'll keep going.
it really helped him out. And then on top of that, I mean, this is not yet a professional series yet. I mean, it has professional drivers.
I think it's a
in
professional series. What do you mean?
in
it's not
pro
professional?
cars.
Well, okay,
Well,
so
Well,
it's
you know
not,
what? You don't screw you, pal.
it's not. It's.
I'm just saying it's lenient, and that's good.
Well,
That's
see,
I think they're lenient when there's no rules. When there's a rule, they are damn on it.
Oh,
Because,
that's
like,
good.
I mean,
Don't
you
break
see-
the table.
yeah,
What?
Christ.
Yeah,
I mean, first the windshield, now
that's
the
how
table.
the windshield started
It
leaking.
did not. It's not leaking now.
the whole table shook.
No. So, no. I mean, look, Ben Julian. We could talk about Ben Julian since we're
Yeah.
in Sunday now.
Yeah.
Ben
That's the one,
Julian,
the other one I forgot to
monster
set aside.
run, monster lead, monster follow.
Oh, actually, I have that.
Spins out. You want to run it?
Yeah, we can run it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
run it.
let's play that.
It's hard to see it because they
It's good.
don't.
It's top 64 too. So.
I love it so quick.
Inside on the first.
Fellow really had a sloppy chase from him.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
mean,
was saying about Fellow. He's just.
Yeah, but you can see that Ben's lead run was a little off going through the outer zone and then inner clip, outer zone one and then inner clip. He was off a little bit.
Fellow's he changed his rear end. He went from a welded over to a clutch type.
LSD.
Yeah,
see,
two-way.
it doesn't get it.
Yeah, it doesn't get it. But you can see, hang on, right there, you can see that Ben is now behind Fellow. So obviously something happened
Yeah.
there. So for those who didn't see the event,
Or
Ben
did see it in that clip.
yeah, or did see it off of that clip or could figure it out, was that Ben Julian spun out and went into the dirt
After the finish line.
after the finish line. He didn't spin in the direction that the course finished in. He transitioned into a spin. That's a rule that I have to get used to, or because
I
I
think
kind of agree with it.
You know, I agree with it too. But what I think what they need to do is, I mean, I don't know how much, this means to them, but what I think they need to do is push everything back. Let's complete the rest of the track and let's complete it into a straightaway, because completing it into a turn is making so many different. If we completed the track into the straightaway, we wouldn't have this issue.
Right.
We wouldn't.
Yeah.
We would rarely have this issue.
Yeah.
It's always when you have a track ending on a turn that they also have to make another turn.
Yeah. Ending it before a transition is what he's saying.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you just figure out a way to end the track, whether you have to push down the bleachers or anything. Like I think it's kind of crowded anyways. Like I think we need to move the pits.
yeah,
I think the pits, maybe, I don't know if they're going to allow you to pit on the drag strip, but pitting on the drag strip would probably be better.
No, there's not that much room on the drag strip, and they're not
What do
going
you
to
mean?
want
There's not that much room on the drag strip.
to put everybody in the pits. There's not enough room
Yeah,
because you have all the
You could
rigs.
I could pit everybody on that drag
No, you
strip.
couldn't.
yeah. But the
I
thing
could
is,
too.
you also need space for like
You
other
need
cars
space
to
for all
drive
the rigs
around.
to drive by. Not only that,
That's a whole freaking drag strip. You section off.
it's not going to happen because not only that, remember they run a drag strip. The drag guys aren't going to want to have people pitting their cars.
No,
working on
no,
their cars
I
and spilling
understand.
oil and stuff like that.
Plus, I get that. They're not going to want people on the drag strip. But I'm saying, unless there's another option, I
can
think
put
the
more
pits.
people-
I think the pits need to move, and the track needs to not. You don't need to
Extend
do
out.
anything. You don't need to do anything with the track, but just step everything out so that way they can drift. So after the third turn, they just do a little end there, and they go into the straightaway,
Yeah,
and then that will solve your issue.
Well, they could just
Because I don't think they should get rid of the rule after you get past the line, you spin. I think that's a good rule, because to me it's always like if you spin after the line, it always gets me like, were you on the wrong line on the way out? Like
I guess, I don't know.
that's why I'm totally for that rule. But I feel like if you would just continue the track into the straightaway, you wouldn't need to use that rule so often, because they had to use that rule quite a bit.
I mean, if they just say, hey, it ends here, but don't spin out on your way out, and just,
But they had to use it. Look how many times it came into play. I think it came into play 3 times.
yeah.
But I mean, it's a tight
So
area
I mean,
already.
that's in one round.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think. I don't know. There's really not that much space, and pitting people all the way.
I think it's kind of dangerous the way it is now with how the pits are. I'm just me.
Yeah.
Because when we were trying to pull around and drive around the pit, like it was like I don't know. I don't think the way the cars have to line up. I figure if there was another place that they could pit, it would be a lot better.
I guess, but there's really not all that much space.
Yeah, I never really looked at it yet to see where there is.
I did the walk when they did when they had the line when they were practicing, the top 64 right before qualifying, and I walked that line. It goes really far back, but they would have to cut some grass. I mean, there's enough room back there, but you'd have to level it out and cut the grass all back there, and then there's more than enough room to put everybody further back.
Yeah.
There's plenty of
Maybe
land
that's
there.
what they
There's plenty
do.
of land. They would just need to level it out. But
I'm
But
gonna
it's fine.
say that I'm not a big fan of the way the rule works. I'm cool with if you spin out after the line and you get a 0 because the spin was already starting to happen before you cross the line.
But then there's
to the
so
left.
much. There's so many I don't know. There's so many conditions.
But
with
then
that.
the way it happened for Ben Julian is
he was transitioning.
He was transitioning into a spin, which by that point it should that has nothing to do with the run. In my
I don't know. It
I
still
see what
does.
you're saying.
Though.
So
It still does, though.
if you loop this way, then it's a 0. But if you loop this way because but just
And
the majority of people didn't spin there. So
and
you
even
just kinda,
even if you do loop in the direction of the corner, it has to be evident that spin was starting to happen before the finish line.
Yeah, but I mean, how can you do that?
yeah, there's you can
Oh,
see
come
it.
on.
You can see it.
That's why not just I don't know, continue it into the straightaway, solve the issue. it'd make it look better anyways. Because I always felt like that slowdown is a little too.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, they need to. I think
you need to section off that whole piece. I think anybody on that side of the track should be track staff only. You can park all the tractors over there, everything over there for the track, the tow truck
where we were.
Yeah, behind where we were. Instead of having cars there, it needs to be only track staff only on that side. They put a wall up on one side and then they go right off.
Right down. Yeah, well, you never know. Who knows?
Because I think it's dangerous anyways. Because when they're coming back, a lot of times these guys are flying back. If somebody walks in front of them, or some little kid runs out, because you got those trailers there, a little kid runs out and that car's flying. I think it's just only a matter of time before something bad happens.
Yeah.
Rather than, because I'm always involved with OSHA stuff, so we have to look. We have to look. No, really. I mean, we had an old lady trip on a outrigger for a boom lift. And, that's the kind of thing that we have to look ahead and see, hey, look, is this going to be a potential issue?
Where's the lawsuit?
Where's the lawsuit?
You got to look in the setup.
I'm saying
where's
right
the
now,
lawsuit in this?
Yeah, and I see a huge issue because I coming out between the trailers into where those cars run off. Out. Well, I was like, hold up. Let me see if there's a car. But a little kid's going to go run right out. Or a dog, run right out.
Yeah.
And that's it. Boom. A guy kills a kid or a dog, and that's it.
Yeah, I could see the issues there.
I would handle that for next season.
Yeah. Yeah,
before it's an issue.
That's definitely something to look into. Or actually immediately right now, because
Wait, what?
The way Paul put it was like, oh my gosh.
no,
So
he said like kids and dogs. I was like, oh no.
No,
like,
I mean, they do a great job. They try to keep a safe event. It's nothing on them. I'm just pointing out something because I do this every day. I have to work with job sites and job site safety. I can see the potential hazard there. I was worried about getting hit. I mean, I'm not really usually worried about getting hit by cars because I usually have to push them out.
You were actually worried?
I pushed the key car.
I think the cars should have been worried about you.
Oops. So, anyways, we can continue.
Yeah.
So Sunday, it was a great day. Beautiful.
It wasn't even like hot.
It wasn't
no,
hot.
and there was a breeze that was keeping the smoke
that
off
was
the truck.
that was a beautiful Florida day.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it could be a little bit colder, but still.
Yeah, but I mean, look, like
The only thing that sucked is that the wind was blowing the smoke in our face.
Yeah.
Well, you liked that. You liked it.
I love smoke in your face.
I love the
you
smell
were
of
all
tire
just
smoke.
You were rubbing yourself in it, and you were like rolling on the floor.
All the lung cancer.
Yeah.
Let's go. But no, I mean it was awesome.
So when let me ask you something. All that smoke that we breathe. So when you fill out a health form and it says smoking, non-smoke, not smoker, non-smoker.
You should say tire smoke.
Tire smoke.
Tire smoke and nitro.
Explain tire smoke.
Achilles tire smoke.
Achilles.
Yeah.
That's too funny. Okay, so talking about smoke, I think I wanted to show you guys how like this one. I mean, it's a pretty extended video, but I think everybody knows about it, and let's go ahead and highlight it again.
Oh, this is
no,
Mason, right?
Smoke.
No,
What
this
are you
is
talking about? No, that's Shulman.
Oh, that's Shulman. Okay, you're right.
I've never seen a guy run so fast.
Yeah.
He was at a car.
He's like ejecto driver. Watch this. Like by the time it spins out, he's already out of the car. He's already running.
He's out.
Look, see, he's out. He's like, oh my god, man.
Wow. That was scary right there.
Yeah, it was scary.
That was a ball of flame.
You know, Robert Goodwin has a good photo of it sideways and on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was
Like
absolutely
I know it was very
unexpected.
unfortunate, but it was a really good photo.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
And you know, another shout out to the track staff. They got that's the best shutdown of a fire I've ever seen.
Yeah, fastest
Yeah.
response. One of the fastest responses I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, they shaved his car.
Yeah.
Because he said there's like minimal damage even to like the
harness,
wire.
he said the harness was good.
Yeah,
He said he checked
the
it out. The
wiring was
harness was
good.
good. It's just the motor.
Oh, it's like I've never seen that. Every time there's a fire in a car, the car pretty much almost dies.
Yeah, he said he turned everything on, all the lights, everything.
You know, I thought it was interesting. I was listening. I don't know if it was I think it was Shulman's video where you hear Shulman gets out of the car, and all I can hear the announcer says, "Don't open that hood, Shulman.
Yeah, I
Don't
heard
you
that.
open that hood.
Yeah,
Don't you?"
He's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I'm
My
opening
engine.
it. Don't do it. Don't you do it, Shulman. And it was funny because it's almost like his dad was telling him, "Don't you dare, don't you dare." And
Yeah,
he
no.
did
Shulman's like, my engine. I gotta get the fire out. My engine.
Yeah, but if you do want to see a better view of exactly what happened, you can go to Matt Shulman's Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, he's
he
got
has.
with 3 ends or 2 ends.
I forgot how many
It's
ends.
got so many ends.
You're gonna have to search for it.
Just type in the Shulman and then just start putting ends in there, and then
Yeah,
Keep on going ends until you find it.
it'll come up.
You'll land on the right one
yeah,
eventually.
sooner or later.
Yeah, he has an in-car video of what happened, and that is an absolutely scary view.
Did you guys see freaking Randy Noah's edit of it though?
No.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. I wish we could pull
I
it up
haven't
right
seen his edit on that, but I've
Oh
seen
my
other
God.
edits that I don't know if we're gonna talk
What
about.
is it on YouTube or?
It's on Facebook that
It's
I
on
know.
Facebook.
now.
Facebook?
No, it's on Instagram.
Is it
I
on
don't know. I may be able to. Here, hold on, Ben. You guys talk. I'm gonna see if I can.
Well,
find
so anyways, so what happened is his motor blew, and actually I think the rod came out the side of the motor.
Yeah.
All the oil shut over on the turbo side, from what I
Yep.
understand, and that just ignited it into a big ball of flame.
Yeah.
And then it came into his cockpit, and then right up the hood. I mean, he just from the in-car footage, you could see you see the fire coming up from the vents in the hood, and then you see it coming out from more so on the passenger side foot.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing he didn't have a passenger with him,
Yeah.
especially somebody wearing sandals like
Oof.
a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And it came up, but he shut the car off, and he was out of that car lickety split.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to having passengers in most drift events, but in competition events where stakes are so high and people are driving so hard and these.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah.
saw. Not to cut you off, but like we saw at PBIR when Nick Ward. It was a practice event, and he
Yeah.
had a passenger, and it was a girl, and she was screaming because she didn't know how to get out of the seat. And
Yeah.
in the video, what made that even more scary is thank God that Nick Ward seemed to have a good buffer on his firewall. His firewall was intact.
Yeah.
Because the fire wasn't coming in, it was more coming out of the hood.
Yeah.
But you can just hear her panic and scream, "How do I get out? How do I get out? How do I get out?" And
Yeah.
and somebody had to come and help her get out.
Yeah.
Had it been like something worse, I mean that would have
Yeah.
been really bad.
Yeah. That's something to consider when riding in a drift car. You might catch on fire.
Yeah, as my wife said when I went to Sebring, I took her for a ride. She looked at me and said, "This is dangerous," and I was like, "I guess." Yeah.
I emailed
yeah.
it to you, Ben. See if you can open it.
Well, what's his Instagram handle?
No, I just sent it to you. I just sent it to
okay.
you in an email.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I thought you could pull it up through the.
Also, what a great drone shot.
That almost
Yeah.
that almost looks like he went Super Saiyan kind of, and he's shooting like he's blasting like
Matt
Or
Shulman
like he's
went
like
Super
a comet.
yeah, like a comet
Yeah.
Shulman. Comet Shulman.
Comet Shulman.
Hey, we got a new nickname for him.
I'll tell you what.
Shulman the Comet.
You can tell he's a detailer because the first thing he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go detail the car tonight."
Yeah, he goes, I got to take the car to the car wash and pressure wash the engine.
Like I would be like, I wouldn't want to have to. I wouldn't want to see it. I would want to take a couple weeks and just leave it alone.
Yeah,
He's like, no, I got to get everything off the paint.
Yeah, so credit to him for not
But
not being
look at all that
scared
oil. Oh my god.
yeah.
or
Look at
not
this.
or not shying away from a situation. It's definitely something that I wouldn't want to deal with right there at the moment. But he is ready to
Yeah.
tear the car down, which I think he already did. He's pulled the motor out and everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
his-
you
his-
looked at it already.
I think he already did that, unless I saw somebody else.
His
do that.
whole thought pattern on it. I mean, when you see him on the live stream, was like, "Yep, nope. This is when you rebuild a 1J. You run it until you blow it, and then you rebuild it."
Yeah.
Yeah. So he knows what drifting, especially at this level, entails. So
He'll
part
be
of the
back.
game.
Yeah, and it was good to have him come on the live stream and be able to talk to everybody and give us some good
Oh,
restaurant.
you got Florida Man out there.
Yeah.
What?
I didn't know a Florida Man was out there.
Well, how do you know Florida Man?
Pat Gooden.
Oh,
Yeah.
a resident Floridian.
Florida
You
Man.
saw him doing that twirl there. He was spinning around a little bit. Yeah.
That's the Florida two-step. So, but yeah, so Shulman was able to get out unscathed, thankfully, and then be bigger and better.
Yeah.
So you getting that thing pulled up there?
Trying
to?
I'm trying to.
Okay, well, that's all right.
Oh wait, I think I was missing a letter.
Oh,
Okay.
the old letter
All right,
missing.
but-
gag.
You got it?
Hang on.
Hold on. Okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
so Shulman's car caught fire, it was because he shot a rod out the side. Anyway, supposedly Gabby has some photos of it.
Yeah.
But basically, you can see straight into the oil pan from the side of the block.
Wow.
And also, I guess pieces of the engine shot through the steering rack, which locks his steering rack.
Oh,
So he couldn't even
It hit
steer.
the column. It was a column that got jammed.
It hit the column. Jeez,
Yeah.
man. Talk about implodey.
Yeah.
It went
that's
implodey.
Yeah.
God, man.
Yeah.
And
So,
it took a while to clean it up. And get
But
the
I mean,
track.
he was going all for it, man.
yeah.
I don't know if it was just him dirt dropping or him just going balls to the wall.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Let me see. This
Randy
is-
Noah with the
let me
with the
enhance over
jokes.
here.
With the jokes.
Oh, this is. Oh man.
Did we approve this?
I hope it is. What am I seeing?
Look at how fast he's out.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Play it again. Come on.
Wow, I got it. One more time.
Randy Noah's got the best, man.
Oh, that was.
We got. You know that's what we got to get in here is Randy Noah.
Yeah, we got to get Randy to come in here.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's like, because you could see how fast he got out of the car. Was like he literally spun out and he's out of the freaking car.
And
Like how did you even buckle yourself that
the car's
fast?
still moving and the door's
And he's
open.
like, yeah, I'm out. That was Matt Shulman. Boom.
Matt Shulman's got his helmet off and everything. Ready to go. Wow, that is funny.
Bravo,
I told you.
Randy.
Yeah,
Bravo.
that was good. Golf clap, Randy. Golf clap.
Good
job, buddy.
edit, man.
Boy. By the way, guys, we have a question on the chat.
Somebody actually tuned in.
Wow, we were so glad to have you here.
we
What
are.
can we do for you?
Yes.
We'll do anything. We'll paint Noel's face and whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
We got a whole canvas right here.
Whatever you want to do to Jack Black, we can do.
we have a question. Please define from Brandon Muniz.
Oh no.
Please define the clipping point. He's not a car guy. No, you want to take this one?
Oh, okay.
All right, Brandon. Yeah, he was texting me. So anyway, this is my best friend Brandon from. Well, he used to live in Chattanooga, and now he lives in Atlanta. But yeah, so the clipping point, why we're called the clipping point. Clipping point is a part in the track in which the judges want your car to be as close as possible to. Specifically, when we say clipping point, we're talking about the front clipping point. Usually when we say outer zone, it's for the outside of the track, but clipping point is an inside.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I
so
don't think it
basically,
explains the
I don't
name,
think that
though,
explains.
buddy.
So basically, clipping points
God,
are
the kid
used
with all the info.
Yeah, clipping points
There you
are
go.
used. Clipping points are used throughout the track for the judges to put in certain areas of throughout the track that they can use to judge the drivers, and it's a job for the drivers to get as close to the clipping points throughout the track in order to get a higher score. So the closer they are to clipping points, these markers, as you would probably better explain, these are markers that the judges use to judge.
But that doesn't explain the name.
Of the show or
The
the
name of the show.
Is he
That's
asking the
it's-
name of the show or
it's-
clipping point? Because
it's
he
the
went to
name
the
of the
name
show.
of the he went to the actual clipping point.
No, it's the name of
Yeah.
the show. The name of the
Well,
show is
the-
a clipping point. Clipping point is so it's a play on words. It's our points or our points of view on subjects. We're just calling it a clipping point because there's so many times when drifting that clipping point matters. So
Yeah.
it's a play on words. It doesn't really make a ton of sense.
And we play
But-
clips.
Actually,
From
we
other
play
videos.
clips.
We play
Right.
clips.
So it's our point of view
we
on
give
the
our
clips,
points.
on the clips that we play.
Yeah, so if it
clipping
makes we should get a poll up and
Yeah.
and
No polls. It's still, that's what it's gonna.
The only polls are the ones Noel dances on.
Oh,
nice. Oh, you took up that? You're exercising now, huh?
I'm teaching him, so he's doing pretty well.
You're old. The clinic.
That's what hit my windshield.
You know that was a funny. That's what hit your windshield.
He was like, "Can I put this in here?" And then pushed out my windshield. I was like, "Dude, get the hell out of here!
Well,
You can't take that to Klutch Kickers.
Well, how are you gonna get
That's
your
not
lessons
for this
in?
place."
How are you gonna get your
Oh,
lessons
man,
in if
oh,
I don't
man.
take it? You know.
Well,
God.
they have very high ceilings.
Steers
at
back on
hotels.
track,
Yeah, they
Ben.
do.
Steers
Alright.
back on track.
Well, I just want to
We're getting
highlight.
lost at sea.
I just want to highlight that Rafael Vidal in the chat agrees
boy.
that
Ralphie
no,
boy.
that was a terrible explanation.
Thanks, Ralph.
Yes. Anywho, in any case, by the way, Brendan appreciates the definitions. So,
Thank you,
talking
Brendan.
about Noel, why don't we just talk about this that occurred?
Of course.
Let's just backtrack.
Of course.
What happened
boy.
in qualifying? Let's go ahead and pull
What are we
this
gonna
up.
talk about?
Your unprofessionalism is what we're going to talk about.
Oh God. Oh yeah.
Yes.
So okay.
You know, was that
Noel's cursing me out right now.
rewind that a little bit?
Yeah, come on.
Rewind that just a little
We gotta get zoomed in there, man.
Look, you know, is as much as I would wanted to say, Paul, you shouldn't do stuff like that. I can look back and I can still laugh at it.
Yeah, I know, but
It's like, damn it, man.
I'm gonna take my headset off.
just so everybody knows, Paul was playing with my butt crack.
So what happened is he's sitting in these like basketball shorts, his butt crack's hanging out. I'm like, I got a whole bag of earplugs here. Let me see if I can shoot one right down in there and scare him a little bit.
Josh Mason took it. Look at him. He's laughing.
He has no idea what's going on. Look at how small he looks. Oh my God.
Well, we're
Thank
all-
God I wasn't sitting next to him.
Well, I mean, you know, besides Ben, I think we're all burly men, you know?
You know, and I want to point that out is like Josh Mason. In all honesty, I really didn't know
Such
who
a
he
cool
was.
guy.
I didn't know who he was before this, but he made a point to come introduce himself to us
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
and just say some nice words or whatever.
Yeah, I never had anybody ever do that. Like he
Yeah,
just came
very
up for
professional.
like
Hey
just-
guys, you know this is great what you guys are doing, and I don't know if he thought we actually had something to do with running the event.
like, no, we're just some idiots standing here. We're not doing anything.
Nobody really knows us here. We're just on, you know, other people are watching and can hear us.
People are asking like, what the hell are these guys?
Yeah,
doing?
yeah. But so that he came up to us and then we brought him on for an interview, and he actually does a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
so
really cool stuff.
You know, if you guys haven't, you know, the two of you guys that are watching,
Guys haven't checked out Jace
if you
Mason.
guys haven't
Josh Mason?
looked up Josh Mason, look him up on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah,
then,
Mason Drives on Instagram.
Mason Drives.
And watch our interview with him on
Yeah.
Klutch Kickers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as Noel referred to him as Jason Mason.
Jason
Mason.
Yeah, I
Mason.
did make that mistake. Sorry.
We have another question in the chat by Zach M.
That's
and-
3.
Yeah, that's 3.
What? We're killing it tonight.
And he wrote, "How do you guys feel about Pro 1 cars at Klutch Kickers?"
Love it.
I love the idea.
Love it.
Run what you brung. That's what I like.
And
Yeah.
the drivers
Look.
don't complain about it.
Yeah.
Look, not one driver complained about it, and also look what God, why now I can't
Alec
think of his-
Hannondale.
Alec Hannondale did with a 350Z on NOS. I mean, he freaking put it on the door of Nate Hamilton. He was putting on pretty much everybody's door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, that track is such. Chelsea
Equalizer.
had a great word.
Yeah.
Equalizer. It's tight, so tight that you can't. I mean, even though you have tons of horsepower, you can't run away. I mean, you're going to put out a ton of smoke.
And another thing you got to point out too is that the judges do allow the chase car to jump the line, and I mean that's a whole other topic.
That's
we can talk about.
we can get into that.
They do allow the chase driver to jump before the hands go down,
Yeah.
so that you can get that little edge as a lower horsepower car going into the entry. But the Pro 1 car, is it an advantage? Yes, of course it's an advantage. It's set up. It's going to have more traction. I know one of the comments that was put out there is that tire size limit would help that. So implementing a tire size limit at Klutch Kickers, which I think they will do.
You know what? I hope not, because I view Klutch Kickers like there used to be like series where it was
Like
like
Ultimate Fighter before they had weight classes.
nothing. Like it's just like
Yeah. It's like
no-
Ultimate
no-
Fighter
nothing-
before
no
they
bars-
did,
yeah.
Ultimate
No-
Fighter before they did weight classes.
Nothing
It was
hold
like
back.
You had Tank
no
Abbott
holds
going
barred.
against.
Yeah, no holes barred. That's
Yeah.
what's so great about Klutch Kickers,
And
and,
let-
it brings out big names because of the money.
And Taylor Ray said something too on his thing. He said what he likes about it is that he could see how his car, what he built, he can see how he
What
stacks
Taylor
up.
Ray likes about it is that he doesn't have to get in a race suit.
That too. That too.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
God, you don't need a freaking cage and you don't need a race suit.
Right, but
Yeah.
I mean, but he can test out his car against a pro car.
Yeah.
And how many opportunities are you going to have as an amateur driver to go up against some of these pros in their pro cars?
Yeah, how many times can you put your little piece of junk into the door of a $200,000 car?
Yeah, pro car. And you know what though? But and being there, and I will say that Zach, when I didn't go there, I kind of thought the same. But actually going there and talking to the drivers and watching the practice, some of the practice runs that a lot of people didn't get to see, these lower horsepower cars were having some amazing tandem practice runs.
Yep.
So having that slower car makes it more difficult for the faster cars, the pro level cars, to tandem behind.
Yep. Yeah.
So there's a give and take on both sides. But after going there, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's going to be difficult for the guys that don't have the money put into their cars, but can they do it?
But you still can show up.
Adam LZ, his E36 is not a pro car.
No, it's not.
No.
If you know how to set your car up, it's fast. It's fast
because
because
it's set up right.
It's
He's a good driver.
Yeah.
But it's not like a FD Pro car.
no, he couldn't compete with that and do anything.
Yeah, but like you pointed out before, there's Alec Honadell in a 350Z with nitrous
Well,
and a tune. And he is, granted, Alec Honadell's a pro
Very
driver.
good driver.
But what is stopping other people from getting to that level in driving?
But when we talked to Ryan Avocado, he said he took out Kevin Lawrence in his remember.
Yeah.
So here you got a kid that had and at that time he had just a VQ on spray.
Yeah.
I think, and he took out Kevin Lawrence, which had
Pro
a
one driver.
Pro one driver
With 1,000 horsepower.
So it's absolutely possible, and I think it's that David versus Goliath aspect of Klutch Kickers.
Yeah.
That makes it so
Exciting.
enjoyable and exciting.
Right.
So yeah.
I'm with that.
Zach highlighted that 265 he feels would be a good limit.
I think so.
I wouldn't limit the tires.
I think the limit's a good idea. It would narrow the gap a little bit, and you can still bring the pro car. They can still dive in for 265s. I think a tire limit would be a good idea.
Yeah, I think
To bring the pro level cars down just a little bit, just to drop the bar a little bit. But you still running with your brung, you just got a tire limit. But like they said, that's for Klutch Kicker to decide. I know a lot of drivers mentioned it. But
hope
of course,
not.
it was mostly just lower horsepower guys that mentioned it.
I like the tire limit as long as it goes by weight, like kind of the way FD does, or like
Look how good Barn Belt did.
yeah,
They had like 3 guys in the top 32, right?
top 16.
Top 16, guys,
So look at that. I mean, those are guys, your local guys. They're not freaking Pro 2. They're not Pro Am, right? I mean, they don't.
And I think Chris Irving would have advanced on to the top 8 had he not screwed up.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Chris Irving was driving like an animal that day.
That was the cleanest car out there.
But I'm saying, do you know? So I mean, that
Cherry
just goes
red.
to prove. I mean, these guys. I mean, you have your ordinary, guy that attends local drift events. He's just drifting for fun. Enters a competition, able to beat Pro 2 cars or pro cars. Whatever.
Yeah.
Or go against them. I don't know. I'm excited. Like once we get this piece of junk going, maybe I can go out there
down too.
and slam my car into some pro car.
Well,
or
you're
something
already
like that.
slamming it into your hand. I mean, jeez.
You gotta stop hitting stuff, man. You got an anger
I can hit
problem.
things now. It's my own car.
A couple of things.
Or you Wreck-It Ralph.
Gavin, welcome aboard. Hello. Zach said, yeah, track is definitely an equalizer. Judging proper jump will be the hard part.
Yes.
Ralph again. Anyone driving competitively in a Miata?
Yes.
Are you serious? Okay, Ralph, you have got to follow Taylor Ray.
Yeah, you have to
Ben
find him
Julian.
now.
Miata is like the new way to go. They have found ways to set up that car to have so much.
We're actually kind of questioning why you couldn't drift.
Oh,
Man, burn.
wow, that was
I didn't
harsh.
say that.
No, I'm joking.
No, but no,
Too late.
you follow Troy. I'm sorry,
Troy.
Taylor Ray.
Taylor Ray and Ben Julian.
Ben Julian, and look at how they set up their Miatas. They grip unbelievable, and it just seems like the new car to drift. They found the secret ingredient for that car.
Well, let's also not forget there's a lot of work put into those cars. It's not just throwing an LS and a couple of suspension bits.
Well, but I mean, you can watch Taylor Ray's video.
Done. The guesswork is done.
You can watch Taylor Ray's video and
Okay.
go through the whole build. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
That's
Ralph,
what I'm
if you want to know exactly how to set up your Miata just like him, you just go through the video. And that's what he said That's what he said. That's what Taylor Ray says about Ben Julian. All they had to do was follow the model that he already built and
Yeah.
look at the car that Ben Julian
Yeah,
drives.
Taylor Ray already figured out the setup, so Ben Julian
just copied it.
got the Miata after Taylor Ray got his setup figured out, and Ben Julian built his
Boom.
car.
I just know Ralph isn't gonna pay that kind of money. So
Sell some more guns, Ralph. Sell some more guns.
love you, Ralph.
Well, you got guns. Just go rob a bank.
Hey, relax.
Oh,
Okay.
my bad.
Yeah, please.
Sorry. Bad advice. Don't listen.
Relax. Okay. Let's see. Robert Goodwin wrote, pro cars will gap drivers, but by outside turn 2, most cars have caught up. That's
Yeah.
a good point.
I mean, that guy's
Also-
been watching everything. He knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
That's exactly what was going on. Yeah.
He also mentioned Thomas Miata. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Thomas Miata. Yeah,
Thomas
he was
Miata.
doing great. What he wrecked it at God, what's that?
At the Gambler in
The Gambler.
Englishtown.
Yeah, the first Gambler, I think it was.
Yeah, at Englishtown.
Yeah, Thomas Miata. That was a cool Miata as well.
Yeah, that thing
Yeah.
was actually. Wait, wasn't
What does he
that?
have in there?
No, wasn't that Jeff Abbott's old car?
Yeah,
just
it was
with
Jeff,
an LS.
it was
in
Jeff
Yeah.
Abbott's whole car,
Yeah.
actually.
It's-
Actually,
yeah.
Jeff Abbott was supposed to be on today, but he'll be on another day.
Yeah, he could. He was going to be out of town, so Jeff Abbott is going to be on the next show.
I wonder if we can get Jeff Abbott and Thomas Miata.
Does Thomas Miata live down here?
No,
I don't know. He
no,
just
no.
followed us, so
So maybe you get one.
maybe
on
we can
Zoom.
zoomed in. Hey, I killed you.
Hey, so if you want to be on our show, just come over. We're just
Yeah,
accepting
yeah,
everybody. Just
yeah,
come on, just come on. Let's go.
We'll just get you in the
We'll
line.
get more chairs. We'll get more chairs.
Oh yeah, we'll do interviews. Come on.
Oh,
We'll
darn
just
it.
fill up this whole garage with people, you know?
Yeah.
We'll start put them in.
and
the
we'll
ball.
just pass the mic around. Like, hey, you want to talk now? And
It'd be like a Jerry Springer show.
come on down.
like you can say whatever. Like, oh yeah, my cat's name is Sprinkles, and then like just go on to something else.
Steer us
Okay.
back on point, Ben. Steer us back.
Yes.
We're getting lost to sea again.
Yeah, no
we're
worries.
shaking.
Okay.
Thanks to Goodwin for all those amazing shots, especially
Yeah.
of Matt Shulman's car.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
something I wanted to say, but now I forgot.
Oh, and also, I know I just posted it up on Instagram, but Robert Goodwin also took a shot of us while we were doing the live stream, and I thought that was kind of cool.
And it's
Yeah,
sorry,
it was-
sorry, we didn't get to meet him. I didn't get to. Gabby got to hang out and talk with him for a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah,
Our
so-
Wrangler.
Yeah, we call him
Wrangler.
the Wrangler. So
Wrangler.
if you talk to him, you just call him the Wrangler.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one thing. Like, that's one thing that kind of sucks about being. I mean, I'm not saying it sucks about being on a show, but we kind of get locked in there,
And we don't get to intertwine
We don't
with
get to
anybody.
intertwine with anybody too much. That's why I'm hoping I can make the next day. I think Klutch Kickers is having a Sunday fun day or some kind of drift event.
They're
in
doing
December.
December 5th, December 6th.
December 5th.
2 days. So 2
Okay.
days of drifting.
Oh, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
see if I can make it up there for that and
Yeah.
bring up the Z. And
Yeah, no,
we'll
that'd
have
be
a good
cool.
time. Yeah, already Gabby, our Wrangler, is borrowing my trailer, so
He's
he
going
was
to Tennessee.
asking. Well, so Gabby was asking me how much I wanted to let him borrow my trailer because he's gonna have for 2 weeks. So I told him just pay me in tires. so I don't have to buy tires for the event. So my tires are good.
Yeah.
So I just gotta
Whatever works, right?
yeah, I
Awesome.
just gotta take 2 more days off of work.
Yeah. So
Hey,
we're gonna go ahead and move forward, and now I did want to bring up this gentleman because there was a couple of issues with
boy.
I should have brought that video up. Sorry about that. Okay, well, actually, since we're talking about Miatas,
Okay.
let's talk about this particular battle with involving a Miata.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Okay, so
Okay, some drama. Here we go.
if you haven't watched Taylor Ray's video, that'd be a good thing to watch as well.
Checkers, wreckers, or wreckers and checkers.
Wreckers and Checkers, that's what he called it.
Yeah, it's the title on the
Here we go. You make the call. Well, this is Taylor Ray.
This is his lead.
Yeah.
I figured I would like
Ralphie should be
pull
watching
everything.
this.
Yeah, Ralph, watch this. Look at this. Look at this Miata.
Going up against a
Yeah.
A Pro 1 car.
Yeah.
When you're in that little tiny Miata, but here they come. Doesn't look like it's phasing Taylor Ray whatsoever. Taylor Roll, you're gonna have to give a little more than that because you know Taylor Ray's gonna come right after you. They come right out.
Push him along. Give him a little tap.
He almost made contact on
He did.
Same spot.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Taylor Ray was like, let me put a
I
little.
don't know, man. This
Good
is tough.
Look at it. Here we go. Taylor Ray nice and deep.
Yeah, let's
into
pay
outer
attention
zone
to
number
that
one. Brings
outer
it back
back.
Taylor
in.
Ray should have done is
Close
just
to inner lip, into the
exploded.
touch and go nice and deep. Taylor Hole actually taking a shot.
You know, this goes back to like, you know, in the pits is one. It's almost like some drivers seem to have like a Jekyll and Hyde.
watching. I mean,
You know, they get behind the wheel, they turn into a whole nother person, more competitive.
Well, I don't know if it's that. I mean,
I'm not saying in this
contact there.
situation.
he did
I'm just saying-
contact him.
He did. Now we're gonna switch roles, and you make the call.
I don't think it's a Jekyll and Hyde. I think there is
Judges already?
racing, and some people's aspect of racing is different in the different tools you use.
Yeah.
I think he's just one of the guys that will use the tools.
Let's see Taylor
Yeah.
Ray. Right, look how small that car is. Oh, Taylor Ray maybe a little
Now
too
look,
much for
just
Ray.
like
Created a gap as
Goodwin
Taylor
said,
Hall comes
he's
across
catching
the
up to him by
inside,
now.
into the touch and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
Right
Taylor.
around here.
You can do it, Taylor. And I'm talking
I mean, now
about
Taylor Hall, that's one of the fastest. That is probably, if not the fastest.
Here we
car
go.
on this
Right
track.
here. Watch this. Okay, tell everybody look at this and see what you think. Now,
And I mean, he did bump him.
what happened?
He did bump him.
he didn't bump him.
He did bump
He
him.
put a tire on
Okay,
him.
well, I'm just saying that is a bump.
That's a touch.
But
They touch.
was it enough to cause that? That is.
Like, look at this.
Let's
I mean,
questionable.
people were doing this all day. People were putting tires on people's doors, and not one time did this happen. Like, if you put a tire on his door,
Taylor's push.
like right
He's not. doesn't look like
right
he's touching him, though.
now, it's like
No, he's
barely even a touch. He should spin out.
Boom, right there.
Why did he go
And I
straight?
saw him tap the brake right there,
no, no,
also,
no.
which is kind of a weird.
Like, I don't even understand. It's like,
So here begs the question: was Taylor Hall's rub enough to throw? Was Taylor Ray's
Looked like there was some contact.
rub on Taylor Hall's car enough to throw him off, or was Taylor Hall using that
I think
advantage to
you can even see it
sway the
the
judges and say, you know what,
No.
I got bumped, I'm going to throw it off the track. I mean, you don't know.
well, look, Taylor Ray bumps Taylor Hall, his Cadillac. You can see there's a second to think and straight. Okay. Now, are you going to say it's the car catching the dirt that straightened him out? There was cars doing that all day. Not one of them straightened out. At least not straightened out into the grass.
Not into the grass, yeah, but they did straighten out, but not in.
But not into the grass.
Not
Okay.
in the dramatic fashion
But
that we saw.
the Taylor Ray's front tire hit his rear tire and break that
No,
rear tire.
it didn't. No, what we saw.
Slow that. Well, I
you
mean,
can
can't
see.
really see.
You can no, but in Taylor Ray's video, you can see the tire rubbed right where the door meets the rear fender. It was just a little bit on the door.
Okay,
So he hit the door.
on Taylor Ray's video.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see that on Taylor Ray's video.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you know, I'm not siding with Taylor Ray. I'm just what I see there is that the guy's like, oh, he bumped me. If I throw it off, it'll look like he pushed me out.
But it's almost like one of those things as a driver, if that's the way you're gonna, and like I said, it's a game, it's competition, it's competitive.
Yeah.
So as a driver, if somebody bumps me, I'm gonna.
Well, not only that-
you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of men's soccer.
But no, only that
It
is
reminds me of men's soccer.
Or
He
you
taps you in the
flopping.
leg,
when,
and there's like no foul. And he's like, okay.
Or we can also say LeBron James.
I don't watch basketball. So.
But look, we knew that was a championship deciding round, right?
No, it was the next one that was a championship.
But I mean,
but it
that would
still
have been.
was-
But it was a championship deciding round. If he did,
the whole event. Yes, you're right. Now here's the thing.
Because if Taylor Hall would have lost that one, he would
he would have won.
Yeah.
he would have
Yeah,
won the
he
championship.
wouldn't have won the
Because
championship.
Troy Manners went so far.
Not Troy Manners.
Or
Kevin Lawrence.
Kevin Lawrence would have won.
But we'll get to that at the end. But yeah, so you
No,
can,
it says it now. You got to say that now because that's why he had to throw everything at this. Because
Okay.
if he lost that against Taylor Ray, he would not have won the
won the series,
championship.
the
No,
series
he-
championship.
yeah,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have won the series championship. Okay, we'll mention it now. Because Kevin Lawrence won the event, then Taylor Hall would have not won the
You just
championship.
spoiled the whole thing. We're
Well,
just
that's-
getting end the show.
That's why I said-
end the show.
Turn the cameras off. Pull us off.
I'm just joking.
That's why I said we'll wait for that later.
No,
but
I
anyway,
mean I think it's a big point. It's a big
but
point.
it is a big point. So I mean, we'll talk about it now. So that's the thing. So Taylor Hall knew that, hey, Kevin Lawrence is not that far behind me. Actually, he was only 69 points behind me. So
Nice. God.
hey, I did the math. That's what it came out to. Sorry,
If it's upside or right side up, it's still 69.
it's still 69.
Doesn't matter how way you flip it.
So anyway, he knew that he had to do whatever he can to keep advancing as far as possible.
Taylor
to
Hole
make
in the
it.
chat.
No. Things got interesting over here, but I do want to, before I get to that point, I do want to mention some of the other comments because this is all relevant. Andy Slide mentioned that it was a bad call. He also said Hall is flopping like it's basketball. Yeah, there you go. No. Yeah. Ralph said he got bumped, but his line was already aimed to clip the dirt.
Yeah, but why would? But we were watching people clip dirt all day.
Yeah.
I mean, we had guys spitting up rooster tails. That's how bad they were clipping the dirt, and
They were still
able to
completing the
control
run.
it.
Yeah.
And you telling me a Pro 1 driver can't control his car?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're getting.
All right, hang on.
Now you're starting to really point your
Yeah.
finger.
I got a big. I'm
All right.
I'm
So
big dude. Not worried
Zach
about that.
wrote, no, Taylor instinct is smart enough to know if he goes off track, Ray gets put at fault immediately. And then we have Zachary Puloff. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And he wrote, and this is, I believe, towards you, Noel. Guys, I run the point system. That's not correct. Once Taylor made it to top 32, he was locked in.
Oh, really?
Wow.
No, you're fired.
Wow.
You are fired.
Let's get that. Who's that guy? Let's get him in.
Well,
You got stuck with the 69.
He saw 69
He's
points.
like 69. That's it.
Well, I was just going by.
Okay, you're fired, Noel.
Well, I specifically
Let's get that-
asked you.
Whoever
Do you
that
have the
guy
math
is,
correct?
let's get him in for next year.
Wait. You know,
I
now,
remember.
Now, Zach, you know he's going to go home. He's not going to be able to sleep tonight. He's going to be going over all the points now. He's not going to be able to sleep. You're going to be notarizing stuff upside down. That stamp is upside down.
Well, anyway, I'm not going to argue that if that's the guy who runs the points. You know? So I was just going by my math and what
Well,
the
obviously
point scale.
he didn't make it past second grade, so
Yeah.
something
Oh,
happened.
we're gonna have to redo the whole series. I mean, we're just spreading out.
We're gonna have to rerun round 5.
Well,
Yeah,
we need to
that's
get him. Whoever does the points, we need to get him live feeding into us next season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so when
Yeah.
Noel
So
gives
that
us
way-
numbers, we're going to
we'll be
bounce
like,
say, hey,
Bull.
Zach, I'm going to text Zach. Can you check his numbers for me?
He got stuck at 69
Yeah, he got
again.
stuck
We
69 again.
can't reset him.
He can pass 69.
We tried pressing the reset, but they ain't got nothing going on here.
And,
All right, well-
anywho, hang on. So he goes to further clarify. Kevin Lawrence would have had to qualify in the top 10, and Taylor would have had to go out before the 32.
So he was already in.
So once he made top 32, he was good to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Works for me.
Know your
So-
thoughts? Do you
Yeah.
have a rebuttal?
Yeah.
I know.
What's your rebuttal?
I just went by the math and like what the possible points.
You just went by 69. That's what you went by.
I divided everything by 69. That's how it came up, man.
Hey, this is not a good look on us, all right? You need to apologize. Go ahead.
An official apology. You can notarize it too.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
I'm gonna notarize. I'm sorry. 69 is still nice.
Okay. Anyways, anything else?
Oh boy, yeah. Well, we're caught up with the. Thank you, chat, for commentators for being a part of this, and thank you, Zach, for setting the record straight because obviously no failed at his.
You're supposed to be the kid with the information.
I
Now
know.
Zach's the kid with the
Fake
information.
news. Fake news.
Yeah.
Well, I have been known to give alternative facts, so
That's not alternative fact. You know what alternative fact is? Alternative fact is a lie.
So you're not a lie? Okay.
I'm just not gonna call it that.
anyway.
It's just alternative facts.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Zachary, we appreciate the correction, and hopefully next time you'll be there.
To give
live to give us the proper information. But in any case, going back to what was going on, I think it'd be good to pull up because we got Taylor Ray for an interview during the event, and I got his explanation.
Okay.
Curious, what happened with the contact with Hall? Oh, yeah. We were all very curious what happened over here out of Zone 3.
I'm honestly not 100% sure. Like I said, I had that little gap on the run-up, so I was like trying to catch him.
Yeah.
Caught up in the last turn. I was right there on his door, and I was like, I mean, I'm here, and I touched him, and then it was like a second or two later, it was just chaos. Right. So I didn't even really know what happened. It was just like touched him, and I'm like, sick. We're about to the finish line, and then all of a sudden, his car like slammed into mine and went that way, and I was like. What? Well, I was so confused. I'm like, I have no idea how that happened.
Right,
You know?
right.
But I guess I he dropped the tire and that sucked his car straight or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know there was like
It was a vortex and a black hole.
Angle.
And a dolphin
couldn't
jumped
tell
out and
if
slapped him
he
in the
was
face.
on the way to be off track, or if it was that little love
Right,
tap. Even though David took out Goliath, he had a little slingshot, take him out, boom. But
Yeah, it didn't feel like a hard
His passenger side
pretty
mirror hit him in the
wise.
face.
He was at a lot of angle.
no.
We're good. That's
Are
why
we
I was
really
so
referring to
confused,
that
'cause
right
he was driving with a lot of angle. So like when I touched him, I'm like, okay, we're good. And
Well,
then he went
there's a
the
blue
other way. I was
350Z
like,
screen, so.
okay.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah.
Wait, what just happened?
Oh man.
But it was fun. I have the biggest tire I can really put on the car is a 245. So I've never aired him down to 12, and I aired him down to 12 and thought it would be too much grip. Still not enough grip.
Wow.
It's a wild feeling. It's like a lot of cars you follow, you're on the left foot brake and, kind of finessing it, whereas like following him and Naren, the really fast cars, I'm just forward behind them, like panic forward, just not lifting through the whole track. It's a really weird, bizarre feeling to not have to let off the gas behind somebody.
Right.
You just.
Yeah, fight that muscle memory to be like, oh no, don't do it.
Yeah,
Just keep going.
you're just like, it's just crazy. And they have so much side bite and forward bite to pull out of the corners. So like I'll transition behind them and then it's like I'm on throttle and I'm like washing wide and they're pulling away and I'm just like, I just feel helpless.
Over here, result.
And that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, he was puzzled on what happened. So, I will tell you though, Taylor Ray's going to definitely building a reputation for himself if indeed that is kind of like the way it's going. So next year, it's going to be interesting to see how the drivers adapt to. Well, this is the first season of these grassroots drivers. Because so now in Pro 1, they play these games. I've talked to people that
In Pro 1,
in crews, so
Yeah.
they're all used to playing these games that pro drivers do to get that little advantage.
Yeah.
And we've seen that a lot of drivers they come with different rules. The braking zones is one of the rules that they came up because
They play games.
they play games with each other. So now you see a pro driver he's used to playing these games to compete to win. So now you have these grassroots drivers that they're just like, let's go all out. Nobody's going to play any games with me. I'm just going to floor it. But for Taylor Hall, that's kind of part of being a pro driver.
Right.
And he has the car that he has the ability to be able to do that. Right. And at that level, he has a skill to be able to do that. So now these grassroots drivers or soon to be Pro 2 drivers or Pro 2 drivers they're going to have to adjust their skill level. It's going to elevate their game for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it comes down to like grassroots drivers just, when they tandem with other guys, they could be on somebody's door, but that's like fun tandem, not competition tandem.
Right.
Competition tandem.
You change your line.
Yeah.
Okay, you were running this line in practice, now you're going to run a different line when you're in a lead.
And you might not put out the smoothest run behind somebody, but you're doing whatever you can to stay right on their door because they're trying to pull away and they're doing whatever they can to be faster than you
And to beat you and throw you off.
And then within that, when you guys start getting really close and the lead driver or the chase driver is getting real close and they feel the pressure, somebody's gonna do something, to come out on top. So
Whether it be like hit a little break or
Yeah, and it's really going to be on those judges to really critique the lead driver.
yeah.
Really have to be
because he's the one in control.
He's the one in control, and they're going to really have to be aware of catching those tricks and those little things that a lead driver can do to throw off the chase driver. So that's
Right.
going to be interesting
And
as next season comes around.
And that's something that we have to point out that we're not the judges on this, and it's kind of
I don't think we need to point out that.
no. But
we're good here.
But
They know they're not the
no,
judges.
and I get that. But what I'm also trying to say with that is that I don't want to put blame on Taylor Hall for doing whatever. If he did actually do that.
Well, we don't know. I mean, I don't know. We're in speculation.
We don't know, and that
right.
it, like Tim said, is the judge's job to figure out exactly what happened there to the best of their knowledge.
Right, but like going back to my point is for Taylor Hall, maybe as a grassroots drivers where they're run lead lines and they're easy to follow lines and everything like that, that's kind of like just the way you want to put down a sick line. But that's not the normal every day for Taylor. For Taylor, it's just to play like that.
Yeah.
So now you have this kid that in the schoolyard that seems to play dirty, but when he goes back to his own playground, everybody plays dirty.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So it makes it shine if that is, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a
Yeah.
mentality thing. Like it's more of just a competitive.
No, he seems like a
nature.
really nice guy. I mean, to
yeah.
point out some things that he did that I thought was stand up was he went out. That's the only driver that I saw other than Adam LZ that go out to Matt Shulman and make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
He also lit up. I think it was Jonathan Nairn's
Was
car.
it Manners or was it Troy Manners?
It was either Troy Manor. I think it was Jonathan Nairn's car.
Yeah.
Because they were both broken.
When they
down.
called for a competition timeout.
But he brought over his car, put his lights on so that way they could try to
Yeah.
fix it in the 5 minutes that they had. So I'm not faulting the guy. I don't know the guy from anybody. It looked taking that one clip or that one round or one
Run.
Yeah.
and looking at it, to me it looks like you threw it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I don't know what happened in the car. I can't. We don't have every kind of view. But if I was a judge, I would say no. You threw it.
That's that was very good points. Good job. Good job.
Wow.
But Troy
But he
Hole,
makes sense.
Taylor Hole he gave a shout out to Klutch Kickers in his FD interview.
Yeah.
So and I think that was
That's true, yeah.
No, I mean that's how it was when you watched the
Oh,
FD.
yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, oh yeah, I don't. Oh, shh. Don't.
I know of the series that he's speaking of.
Speaking of,
It's like, yeah.
I thought that was weird, but anyway.
Yeah, that was awkward.
Anyway,
yeah.
anytime we've talked to Taylor Hall, he's a really nice guy, and
We
like,
had him interview. You know.
and like we were talking to him in the pits before the live stream started on Saturday, and you know, like I was congratulating him on making it to top 8 in FD, and he was like, "Yeah, man," and, you know, like he was excited.
Yeah,
about
that's the thing
it.
I'm saying.
He's
Like,
cool.
I-
It's a cool guy. It's just sometimes.
Robin's racing, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
we
get
don't
caught up
know.
in these things,
Don't
you know?
know, and you just
You know, I
you
don't know.
learn, you move on, and you learn the drivers that you're chasing and they're following, and you adjust your run accordingly.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so on the subject of Taylor Hall, why don't we go over this?
Oh no.
wow.
Oh no.
Taylor, I just want to apologize if you do ever watch this. This it just happened to be the controversy.
Okay, so this will be solved next year because they said they're going to a tree. So the 2 seconds.
Oh, they are going to a tree.
So yeah, no. You want to pause it for 1 second?
Or actually rewind it real quick. I'm sorry, because Paul started running his mouth.
Yeah, sorry.
Paul started talking.
So, Nick Swan, I think it was the first drivers meeting. You can see it on our Instagram and Facebook, but he does mention, we know next year we're gonna have a tree for next year. We're gonna have lights. You're not gonna rely on me. I understand. I think Nick Swan's probably one of the best guys.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, it's not even like there's no question. He dropped his hands and he was like a robot. Like every time he dropped his hands, he would do his hands. He would, identical. Boom, boom, boom. Go, hands over his ears. Identical. So he wasn't wavering or anything. You really can't get much closer to a light. He has green gloves on one side, and red gloves on the other side.
I'll tell you.
It's like
yeah.
how much closer?
Shout
can
out to
you
Nick
get-
Swan.
Yeah, he was like a robot.
You're like one of the best line guys because I would have been like, send it.
Yeah,
I just go. Just go.
Get the hell out of here.
Exactly. But go on to your point.
I just wanted to say, I think if the hurricane would have hit us head on, it wouldn't have phased him. He
No,
probably
he'd be
would
like,
have been at the
oh,
start
he'd be
line.
Boom, 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 bam.
Yeah, no, he
Send
was.
the hurricane.
So, but you're saying that they're going to go to a light?
Yeah, they said they were going to
Yeah,
go to a light.
I heard something about them.
But
Going
again, they want to stay true to their initial, start of the season. They kept through it, which I think is great. But so the light will be better, and which would also stop the rule of giving the lead driver, the option to sit at the hand.
They might have to get the little.
No, I don't think they
the
need-
chicane for the lead driver.
Maybe they do that, but the light will at least stop the lead driver from being able to sit there for 2 seconds. Because right now the rule is they can sit there after he drops his hand for 2 seconds, and the follow car can jump. So if the follow car jumps and then the lead car
Waits
sits there for 2 seconds,
the other
you're
guy's-
screwed.
Yeah, you're totally
Yeah.
screwed.
And play the video.
Yeah, if we go back to the hand drop, that'd be good.
Well, this is the wrong side. We got to see the next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But we can watch. I mean, we can watch Nick Swan in action.
Yeah.
And we can see how Magic Mike jumps on this.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you can
watch-
see how
watch-
Taylor Hall.
See,
So
he's
watch
got-
the hands.
I mean, look, he sets it up like I say, Nick Swan's like a robot when he comes to run the line.
Yep.
Yeah, I felt it was important to show both runs.
Yeah, you're right.
Magic Mike throws down some incredible style and runs.
Yeah, I think his style is.
Off on the outer zone there.
Oh, he was. His line was off, definitely on the outer zone.
No, it's not about. Ooh, he's trying to run away. I mean, it's obvious he's trying to get the hell away from him.
Yeah. Oof, that transition though.
Yeah, that's snappy.
Look at that crazy amount of
See what I'm
angles
saying?
from
If you just
Magic Mike.
completed that off
I don't know
into.
what to call there.
Yeah,
That's,
back to your other point.
I don't know who has an advantage there, but I mean, Magic Mike's lead run was extremely smooth.
Yes, indeed.
But he was way off outer zone.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
Of course.
He was trying to run away.
Special guest here.
He was way off the touch and go too.
Back again by popular demand.
But goes back to Taylor Ray's point that
This
the
transition.
What happened?
Wow.
Because
Oh my gosh, so fast. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, that's incredible.
but the judges were looking more of a stylish run than actually being on the points, the
On the
clipping
line,
points
yeah.
on the line.
Yeah, I
so-
mean, I think the lines are for judging. I don't think.
Okay, let's see here. Here we go. You guys got to
Yeah,
pay
let's
attention. to
watch
Nick Swan.
Nick
I'm gonna be
Swan's
quiet.
hands.
My mouth.
Nick Swan's hands and watch Taylor Hall's car.
Let me
And just a heads up, the follow car can jump the line. They allowed it. They don't care when you jump; they can jump right away.
So here we go, Taylor Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor Hall played that. He's like, oh, you're going to jump?
Jump out the hole, right? Oh, that's Mike initiated right on the core of Taylor Hall.
Okay.
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
Oh, another little hit.
Why are we so loud? We can't contain ourselves.
Yeah, no.
I just mentioned earlier that a lot was running on the line. Taylor Hall had to continue winning in
So-
order to
Look at
secure
also
the
look at
championship.
Taylor Hall's line.
Yeah,
on
he
the
was way
initiative.
inside.
He was trying to cut Mike off, or at least that's what it seems.
He is our champion.
Wow.
Yeah, which
He
I
was already
he
our champion.
He was already our
He was already our
champion.
champion.
Yeah, it was-
You liar.
I was just trying to create a story, man.
Fake news.
do you want me to rewind to?
Yeah, let's see
Yeah,
that
they didn't
initiation.
show the. They didn't
Because
show
you can
the,
see that. Let's see the hand drop.
Oh, they don't
again.
show the replay?
They
Yeah, they
didn't
don't
show
show
the
the
replay
replay.
on this one.
The champ,
Unfortunately.
this is insane.
You gotta go back a little further.
Yeah, go back to the
We
hand
want
drop.
to see
Like, look, I
Taylor
want to see
Hall's-
Nick.
Out of the car,
Yeah.
real quick. Like
There you go.
So issue number one here with the run
Is
is
the
Taylor's.
Okay, so
So-
right there, he jumped it just by like a fender, really.
Yeah.
Because
but he's allowed to jump.
no, but
Yeah.
I know I'm not saying that he's not allowed. I'm just saying that he did jump to try to get that proximity on entry that he
Yeah.
knows Taylor Hall has a faster car. So, and now Taylor Hall
Now he
waits.
sit and he's like, oh. He's like,
then-
is the freaking guy gonna go or what?
It goes back to I think one of the comments earlier. Yeah, absolutely right. You have to be able to time that and hope that the lead driver is not gonna mess with you and make you wait for him.
Yeah, because
Right.
then you're like,
That throws your momentum off.
Of course. Let's see here. Blast right by him, and then look at.
let's see entry cone.
But look where he enters.
He's
It's
in
like
the middle of
he
the
way-
track.
enters in the
He's
middle
way
of the track.
he's way too inside.
Actually, he enters, and Magic Mike hasn't even entered yet. So he almost
Yeah.
like entered right in front of him. So yeah, it does look
Yeah.
like he cut him off.
You can see Mad Mike is putting his brakes on. He's like, "Oh
Yep.
crap!"
Magic Mike, not
Magic
Magic Mike.
I'm sorry,
Mad
Mad
Mike.
Mike, Magic Mike. You know,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Magic Mike cuts the
Cracking.
records.
yeah. And the other one is Mad Moik. So
Okay, and
because he's from New Zealand.
Well,
the
he
first
tries.
tap
He
there.
tries to.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, look how
Goes straight
how
to the inside. Doesn't give room to
Yeah, look.
Magic Mike.
There's no way Taylor Hall would have made it to that outside inner of.
That's Mike initiated right up.
And he stays inside.
Yeah,
I mean, at that point, well, Magic Mike is, making
Taylor Hall.
contact.
Yeah, Taylor Hall is gonna ride that whole inside of that line right there.
Yeah.
I think he would have went off. Right? I think he would have went off if he
Yeah, it's just the line.
zip a little bit forward right there. Stop. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. He was off gas after he hit him.
Yeah,
He let off as soon as he hit him.
yeah. I mean, It's hard to, like, we don't want to put blame, but I mean, I'm seeing what I'm seeing here. You know, this is it. It's hard not to see this.
But Taylor Hall, even if he cuts him off,
he's allowed.
He has the right of way. He has the right of passage.
He does.
And so what I'm saying, what he's doing,
he didn't do anything against the rules.
He didn't do
nothing
anything
against the rules. He was allowed to sit on the line for up to 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He was allowed to do whatever lead line he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
He's allowed to do those things, and he has to do it to win. You know,
Yeah.
maybe I don't know.
I get. You have to play the rules
Right.
to your advantage.
And but like I said, that goes back to what
Which
I
I
was
think he
saying, is
did.
that he's in a field in FD where they do this stuff.
Yeah.
They
It's a
you
normal
can see it. You
occurrence
can
over
see it
there.
all the time.
yeah, it's like loopholes, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
They're finding ways to drive in a way to throw the chase driver off, but not to break any rules.
Right. Yeah. It's,
You know, so you can't see, he can't go against him. Okay, Taylor Hall, it looked like he cut him off and he initiated, but Magic Mike has to follow Hall's line.
Right.
So you could look at it either way, and you say, well, you know, hey, Hole was just, he was just driving competitive,
I could
or
agree
you could
with
say,
that.
listen, he didn't run Magic Mike straight up. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I can agree with that. That yes, Magic Mike should have anticipated this a little bit better.
He probably wasn't expecting it though. He was probably
Yeah,
thinking,
I don't know how you
going to
could
go all
expect-
out.
You can't really anticipate it. You're right.
He will next year.
He will.
He will next year. So that's how you learn, I guess. What
I
can you
mean,
do?
Yeah, but next year I don't think they're going to be allowed to sit on the line with a tree. With a
No.
tree, you shouldn't, as a
But
lead
there'll
driver.
be other areas where he could figure out how to,
I don't know.
loopholes.
With a tree, I think now that you can't say the lead driver has to leave when it turns green. He has otherwise it's a false start.
Yeah.
yeah. I agree with
If
that.
the lead driver does not enter when it should be okay. Let's go.
Right.
I mean, it should be within, not even a second that you react to the light going off. And you can actually time when the light goes off anyways.
And this is not like we said before. This is not Nick's fault. Nick
Yeah.
Swan, the guy running the line.
No.
I mean he was a machine, so he was just as good as any light is. But the fact that there's a rule stating that the lead driver can sit on the line for up to 2 seconds, and they even mentioned it at the drivers' meeting.
Yeah.
You have up to 2 seconds to lead the line. So they were trying to tell the chase drivers, don't screw yourself up. Exactly for this, they were trying to say, don't screw yourself up by jumping the line and trying to get ahead, because that guy can sit there for 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, I mean, it's not Taylor Hall's fault
Yeah, it's not.
that he used the rules.
It's
no,
not.
and like I said, you can look at it two different ways. There's two different ways you can go with this. It's up for you guys to make your decision.
And then we'll actually the judge.
You make the call.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we switch gears and go on a lighter note? And I wanted to highlight this because it really stood out, perhaps as one of the best moments in Tim's short commentating career.
Oh,
What?
Oh boy, that thing's absolutely gorgeous.
What, the Mustang?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, God. Dustin versus Dustin.
all right. So I can just say Dustin all the way. So Dustin's giving chase as they go initiate. Dustin on the door of Dustin as they go through outer zone number 1. Dustin going nice and deep, but Dustin trying to close that gap. As Dustin brings it back inside, Dustin's following pretty well. Dustin getting caught in the dust of Dustin as they come through outer zone number 2. Mans drops some Dustin. Dustin takes the inside line. Dustin's with the smoke transitioning into zone number 3. Dustin trying to close the gap. Dustin trying to pull away. That was like the easiest one to comment because I didn't have to try to think. I had to try to think. That was like my favorite one. That was good. That was good.
Dustin versus Dustin caught in the Dustin.
My tongue would have been twisted for sure.
It looked like it. It almost looked like he straightened out. But yeah.
Noel trying to
okay,
talk
in all
about facts
seriousness,
after
Dustin
that.
Miles'
I know. I
run
try to be all
was,
serious.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Thanks for making it lighthearted, guys.
Gotta break it up.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
That really was great. I can't believe I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
In any case, so
We got to show the Mazda 6 240 too. We can't get away without that.
Oh, okay.
You called it
The
Misanda.
Yeah.
Misanda.
Nissan, no,
Or
Nissan.
Nissan.
Nissan, or with a Mazsan or whatever they were calling. They were calling a bunch of different names.
Yeah.
But so we were confused by this one yellow 240 which looks like a very old 240 that we're used to seeing from God, what was his name? I can't
Jason
remember.
Giovanni.
Jason Giovanni.
Box mod.
Yeah,
back in the
box
day.
mod.
Mod.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh, God.
that brings back.
Yeah.
Back in the
So
day.
Jason
Wow.
Giovanni, a long, old time pro AM driver.
Nopi Drift.
Yeah,
Nobi Drift.
And what was the other
Uh,
series? There was another series.
D1?
XD.
D1.
XD.
Or,
XD.
X-
Or,
X-
what was it?
XDC.
XDC.
yeah.
XDC. Where that's where Chelsea came from. He dominated the XDC series.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Hang
he had a yellow 240, and this guy had a yellow 240, but there was something odd about it. We just couldn't put our, find out what it was, and then we finally realized. I think Noel was the one that pointed out that it is.
here it is, here
it
it
is.
is. I found it.
Here we go. Now you guys can speculate yourselves. What the hell is going on with that 240 in the front end? Something's not right.
I almost thought it was
Wait.
a Mustang for a second.
Wait, that is a Mazda 6 front end on a 240. What the hell is going on?
Yeah,
Hang
so
on.
we had a
That's,
Mustang with a Mustang front end.
Stop it right. Oh, no, it's right,
Right
there,
there,
There you go.
Look at that.
Almost looks like a Mazda Protege. Yeah. So that guy did that. It actually looks like it fits the car.
It actually
which is-
doesn't look too bad from right there. I didn't like the way it looked, the profile. It didn't look right. But right there, actually, yeah.
It's really not
Walter
that bad.
Johnson. That's the name of the driver.
Walter Johnson.
Walter
So shout out to
Johnson.
Walter Johnson. We love your front end conversion. It was a
Almost
See-
looks like
It looks like an
accurate.
S15 almost. I mean, like if you see it real quick, it kind of.
No, it doesn't look anything like that.
I think. Look,
he thought it was an S15.
If you
At
close your
first.
eyes and you're inside the house as it drives outside,
That's what I'm saying. Like when you see it real quick and drifting around, like if you're not paying attention.
yeah, if you look
would
at
be
it like this,
Yeah, exactly.
it's an S15.
Exactly. I'll be like, oh, it's an S15 front end car. But then, like,
No.
yeah, but I was like,
it looks more like
weird.
an accurate kind of like a TSX or something like that. Maybe.
I don't know. It looks like a Mazda 6.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
looks
no,
like
I
a
mean
Mazda
it is
6.
a Mazda 6, but yeah, interesting.
I'm surprised a lot of people had no, that's a Camry. That's level. No, it's obvious that it's a Mazda 6.
But did we get confirmation on that though, or are we just?
That's a freaking Mazda 6.
That's
I mean,
a
come
Mazda
on,
6.
that's a Mazda
There's no
6.
way
Are you
around
sure it's
that.
not a Honda TSX?
No,
I mean,
I definitely
after
know.
TSX?
No, I definitely know.
that
It's-
could be a
you can
Honda
see that. It looks like a
Accord
freaking
or-
Protege.
Same.
It looks like a Protege.
No, yeah, that's a Mazda 6. 100% Mazda 6.
Okay, there you have it. The kid with the information.
And his name again?
Walter Johnson.
Walter Johnson. Give
Yeah.
him a follow.
Thank you
Check him
for
out.
the
Yeah,
awesome
on the chat,
car there.
Robin Goodwin also pointed out that that is Walter Johnson's car, and Gavin pointed out, he says that it looks like a Mazda 3 front end.
Mazda 3.
Yeah.
Oh, so it is a 6 or a 3?
It's a 6.
Are you sure? I don't know.
Gavin, we can bet on this.
Oh, bets.
Oh boy, things are gonna get interesting.
That's Jackson's Gavin, right?
Yeah.
I would assume
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
How's his brother doing? I wonder. His brother was in that at Sebring, got into a little accident to the wall. I know I'm going flashback and getting off topic, but
you're way off topic.
I don't know.
I just
but-
thought about it. Like his brother was in the passenger seat of a car that had an accident at Sebring.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah,
Did
right.
not know
The
that.
one that hit the 350Z that hit the wall, the blue one.
Oh,
His brother was riding shotgun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was kind
wow.
of curious.
Yeah, and it hit on the side.
Yeah,
the
pretty good.
passenger side. Wow, that was a pretty good shake up there.
Yeah, not to get off topic. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. I heard the name and I just thought about his brother.
Yeah.
Because actually, I took his brother for a ride first before he went in that car.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? It is a Mazda 6, and I'll tell you why. Because on the sheets that we
Wait,
got,
where's Zach? I'm sure Zach knows what exactly it is.
Can Zach?
No.
Can he
I don't
fact check?
trust this guy
The-
anymore.
Zach's like
the-
our fact checker.
the
He's our fact checker.
the driver list that we got where that Mike Castleberry gave us,
Oh, it said Mazda 6,
it said
yeah.
Mazda 6 front
I
at
didn't
240.
remember that.
So,
I did say
boom.
Mazda 6.
well, no, we're not going to believe you anymore because Zach
Yeah.
is here and he is confirming that it is a Mazda 6.
So why wouldn't you believe? All right, whatever.
No, we believe Zach here.
Okay.
He's
all
our
right.
he's our factor, our resident fact
Zach,
checker.
I'm being fired now, and you're going to be hired. So come on over.
No, we just need him to check the facts. That's all.
Yeah.
Jack Black is not going to be working for Drift Sessions anymore.
Yeah. You're gonna play the saxophone, right?
Yeah, I got to play the saxophone.
He's a sax man.
Sax
Yeah,
man.
By the way, let's see. Gavin's wrote, he's doing fine, and I have video of the inside of that crash.
Oh, wow. Let's play it.
Yeah, tag it to me.
And
Let's see it.
Zach
it on
also
YouTube?
wrote. Zach also wrote that he makes the driver's list as well.
So. Oh wow!
okay.
This guy
there you
does
go.
everything.
Yeah, you better watch what you say.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I'm just gonna fire myself.
Noah's like, I quit. I'm out.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back.
We need to get Zach's cell phone number so that we can take Noel's saying
Noel just told me something.
I have no idea if it's true or not.
Yeah.
Zach, can you straighten this out, please, Zach?
Actually, I did want to point out Noel's amateur hour.
What?
Yeah, because Noel did something that
where was this amateur hour at? Because they were just talking about pole dancing earlier. Was that?
Oh yes.
No, because I was
Wait,
just
what?
I was just confused. Really, why would he do this?
What did you do?
Yeah, I got.
This is.
Yeah.
Noel can be a
Get a load of that.
You had to go right in front of the camera.
You know what? I thought you guys were on commercial, and then I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get some hand sanitizer.
But we were
'cause
telling you.
it really. I didn't hear you.
He doesn't care.
We're like,
Put your headset on.
Oh, Troy Manor's car was falling off the dolly?
Troy Manor's car is falling off the dolly.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
put your headset
I
on.
know what those are. I didn't think you were talking about Barbie.
I put it on
think I
later.
got
Just give me a minute.
There
It's
we
letting my ears.
Come on,
breathe.
you're the boy, you're the kid with the
I
information.
like the
Yeah, so
Inspired
this car fell
drone
off the
this
dolly,
time
that's all I
around.
can say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was sweet.
Glad we...
So yeah, everybody got a good shot of my butt.
Well,
You
I
know?
mean,
Hey,
Paul got a better shot of your butt.
I gotta throw the bait out there, you know.
Oh god. Oh, they got it's like more like repellent.
Oh man.
man.
So I think we've gone over everything for the most
We
part.
will announce the winners. and
Yeah,
everything.
but I did set aside the winner circle. and,
Okay.
Nice.
We also got Taylor Hall.
There's Taylor Hall. Yep.
Oh yeah, because we are.
I mean, it
we're
was
gonna
a
announce the
crazy.
champion as well.
The conclusion wasn't necessarily climactic.
Here
I
the
would
crowd,
say.
It was more climactic than the last round. Last round, Chelsea broke down, and it was.
Well, it ended in a
family,
viral
crew,
in
and
this one
friends
as well.
and whatnot.
It was
that
supposed to
just,
be
stuck
Kevin
it-
Lawrence
stuck here all day, just
and
Troy Manders, right?
it was
Nernan?
yeah, Jonathan Nairn.
Watch, he can win
Yeah,
the
it was
championship.
supposed to be that, but Jonathan Nairn's car broke.
Chris Forsberg gets the win.
I believe he did the first run, and then it broke then.
But it was. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
What's crazy is that you have like Pro 1, Pro 2, Pro 1, like Pro 2 car, and then you have like
Alec on the devil.
350Z. With NOS. With nitrous.
We wish.
I mean,
There's a plan.
once again, I like Honadel doing.
Oh, the fight.
That was the fight I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the application.
By the way, was it Emerson that had the?
He had Chelsea didn't know if it was
E36.
old car.
Yeah.
Yes,
Emerson O'Gara had Chelsea didn't know if it was
Yeah.
car that was going to go to Japan.
He's in the chat.
Oh,
Hey, Emerson.
Nice. Yeah, he did.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
He did really good, man. It was,
you did. You know, and you know what's kind of cool too when I watched Taylor's race. I don't know if Emerson, if you checked out Taylor Ray's video.
he was kind of scared to follow
He
you.
was scared to follow you, but after he followed him, he's like, "Wow, that was actually a really good chase. That was a really good lead run."
Yeah, it was.
So it's good to see that, and I'm sure that car feels way better than
Than your
your
other car.
E46.
Let's also remember that the day before was raining and they couldn't get a good practice lap down because of all the weather. And finally on Sunday they were able to get enough practice in the dry to where when they got into competition they were comfortable in the cars.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Didn't have the seat time before competition like they normally would.
yeah. So I mean, granted, I don't blame Taylor Ray for feeling that way, seeing what was going on the previous day. But then, obviously
You put down a
Emerson
good-
showed up.
Put a good lead run.
Yeah, he put a
So
good
that was
lead
good.
run.
Hey, he did a good job, man.
I'm sure he'll be back better next year.
Yeah, he's got a good car to do it. So
Yeah, now just gotta learn how to drive it.
Timing.
Yeah. This man. So those of you that did we go over what happened with him?
No, we told them about the
He
qualifying
also-
run. But so Kevin Lawrence brought a 240 with an RB. That's what he's been bringing, his Pro 1 car, right?
Yeah.
During, I think, his first practice run, the motor locks up.
Look at the social distancing there.
We had his suit on, so he's
suits on,
protected.
yeah.
It protects him against fire and COVID.
We weren't
Fire
doing much
and
better.
COVID.
Come on, we weren't doing much better.
Yeah, the chat comments were pretty intense.
So, but anyways, go ahead. You were saying.
Yeah, so then, he has to qualify, and he grabs Barn Built's IS 300, qualifies in that, and then I from what I saw, I heard at least, and maybe it needs to be corrected, is that Drift HQ went down or came up with his car, was willing to bring his car up, his R32, and so that way he could drive the next day in the competition.
Yeah. So basically, he got with Drift HQ, and they actually had one of their guys. I don't know if it was Duarte that drove it up or one of them.
It was was it
Salvio? No, Salvio was there on Saturday.
Savio was there on Saturday?
So basically, they went on Saturday, picked up his car, and drove it through the night. And I think that was then when we pulled into Panera Bread. Remember we saw a truck and a trailer? I don't know if he was going back or he just dropped it off or he was going to the track. But so big shout out to Drift HQ for
Saving the day for
saving the day for Kevin, because he wouldn't have been able to. He wouldn't have won. He ended up taking it all the way and getting first place.
So it was definitely
a
worth it.
Barn Built and Drift HQ. Kevin Lawrence. Oh, really?
Hey, grab some of that 10 grand.
Yeah, you could buy you could buy
some of that 10 grand is yours.
350Zs with that. Right? So nice.
Actually, somebody, I think this is an interesting discussion, but Zach brought up that he would like to see a round of Klutch Kickers at the Freedom Factory.
We would too.
Yeah.
We would too. Make it happen.
But, hold on, relax. But Zachary replied saying that
We got two Zachs?
Yes,
You say
we
Zach
have to-
and Zachary?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Zachary is the one that is
okay.
taking over Noel's job.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
okay, there we go. All right.
So keep that in mind.
I'm keeping the seat warm for you, Zachary.
Yes. So he says he confirms that the series is not going on the road for 2021.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I mean, there's no need to. Stick it there. I think that's your track. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It should be kind of like everybody should come to Klutch Kickers.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's where you guys have the freedom to run the show the way you want it.
Yeah. Now,
If
I
you
know-
guys go into any other track, they're going to want to do it their way. They're not going to let you do everything you want to do. I mean, they're also gonna enforce a lot of other different things as well. Everybody has their own stipulations.
Yeah, I know that I did hear speak of that the ideal situation would there's 75 acres right next to Emerald Coast Dragway. The ideal would be able to turn that into a motorsports park with rally and ATV tracks and a couple different drift tracks as well. So I heard that out there.
You're gonna build Driftland?
Driftland.
Driftland
Pretty cool.
2.0.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But I mean, that's whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. But that would be like I heard mentioned that would be the ideal situation, and that maybe it's a possibility, maybe it'll happen, or maybe it'll just leave it here and just build on. I don't know what the relationship is. From what I understand, that Emerald Coast Dragway was just reopened a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was bought back in 2015. And I guess over the years they've been just
Zachary.
revamping it.
Zachary,
fact check.
Come on, we need to know. We gotta get this. I don't know if this is right
I can't
anymore.
believe anything he
I can't
says
trust anything. Please
You
give us
spew
a.
lies.
I don't know, it could be 2015. Could be 20.
Just joking.
So anyway. But yeah, so I mean, over the years they've been revamping it, and now we've gotten to.
He's gonna have to speak so vaguely now. No facts.
Yeah, speaking
Just
total
like,
generalities.
maybe it happened some rhyme between these dates.
Well, one day there wasn't a track, and now there is. So that's how it is now.
Hey,
That's
there's
his-
Matt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
the other Matt.
On the chat, just so you know, Zachary wrote, for those of you who don't know, he is the crew chief for the race team and the operations manager for the racetrack / team.
Wait, who? What? Huh?
Zachary.
Zachary
Oh,
is
okay.
the what?
Yeah, he is the crew chief for the race team and the operations manager for the racetrack / team.
Oh, okay.
So he's
Sweet.
doing like
He's
multiple duties.
He's like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a Swiss Army knife.
We need you
Does
on.
have a little bit of everything.
Yes. Let's see.
He's a crew chief for who, though? For Castleberry?
Maybe so.
Oh.
Okay.
And Emerson wrote that Marcelo drove Kevin's car up.
Oh, it's Marcelo. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go. Boom.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the info.
And let's see. Oh, and then Zachary. Well, this is going to make you feel better, Noel. Is that Zachary says that you're right?
Thank you.
Yes.
Stop the presses.
Thank you.
He was right.
It was bought back 5 years ago. It's been up and running the past 3 years. I think
Couldn't you just
something like that.
couldn't you just lie to us so we can rag on him?
Come on. Change the facts, Bell.
That's funny. His
Yeah.
hat size just went up an inch.
Thank you, Zachary, for
Yeah.
the confirmation.
All right. So it was a good event. Looks like everybody had a great time.
Yeah.
It was a long weekend, though. I'll tell you.
Woo, man.
Still
all right.
tired.
Sunday, I started like almost giving up. I was saying it on the live stream. I was like, I just want to go home. I was enjoying the event, but man,
Yeah, we didn't get a
was-
lunch break. We didn't get nothing. We just had
Yeah.
to go from 11 to whatever the hell wherever
Yeah.
the
But
hell it
you,
stopped.
you also have to remember, it wasn't just us not getting a break. It was just
Well, I know
everybody else that
But we
was
only
just,
care about us. So.
Very selfish.
Honestly,
Not 100% inaccurate, but selfish.
So are we gonna have to have like a second wrangler?
Ask Zach
but
what
a-
happened to the food.
But not a driver wrangler, but a food wrangler.
Yeah, we need a food wrangler.
Yeah.
You can be the food wrangler since Zachary's here now.
Yeah, Zach. Well, you heard it here first. I'm the new food
Official
wrangler.
food wrangler.
Official food wrangler.
Well, here's the problem. If he wrangles the food,
Will we get any?
won't come back
You
with
won't come back
any
with
food.
no food.
Yeah,
He'll be
probably
like, hey
not.
guys, you know,
I got hungry.
I got the food on the way here. Let's roll.
You sound like Mr. Bill now. Oh, man.
Hang on. So Zachary also wrote, I'm in the judges tower for most of the event, and that's why I haven't met you guys. I try and stay out of the live stream media stuff as much as possible.
Did he
All
come
right,
on?
so-
Was he on the live stream with like a Japanese name? Was that him? That was feeding out those scores. Remember, it was like, is he one of the judges? Because it was on point. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. Izuki or something like that.
I'm just joking.
Yeah.
He was under an alias.
So
Why don't we interview him the next time? Since,
Well, we'll have to reach out.
He'll
to
be
him.
in the judges.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, that's right. He'll be in the judges. He just said he doesn't
He
want
tries
to
to
stay
stay
out of the
away
live stream.
in the break.
On the
Tries,
break.
tries to stay away from the media.
Okay. Well, anyways,
We're gonna get him in the media.
Are you trying to fact check him? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to sit there and build up all your...
I challenge you, Zachary.
I challenge you to a duel.
Here are the facts. I got them all.
Where steer us, Ben? We're lost at sea. We're going off track.
I just think that I just wanted to reflect on the series as a whole. I mean, obviously we reflected on the rounds, but I think it'd be a good opportunity to talk about what the series has accomplished in 1 year. And I know we spoke about it several times during the event, and it's almost, I guess, I don't know how to word it exactly, but it almost seems a bit impossible to think how far they've come along in 1 year. For many people, it didn't seem plausible or possible for them to do what they did, but hats off to them, because there was even from our end, we were very skeptical.
Oh,
about
100%. I was just
a lot
going to
of
say that.
things.
We were like, this ain't going to happen. Well, after the first event, it was totally like.
We didn't believe the money.
Well,
Like-
it was surreal. For an event to come out of nowhere, maybe the local guys have been driving it. They kind of built it into this drift track and made it a drift track before they set up this competition. But yeah, of course, if you didn't go to the event, you didn't know the people that were running. You were like, like I said, the money, the prize money.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first thing we said is like, yeah, we've seen this before.
We have.
They put up a big
Lot
pot,
of
a large pot of money.
Yeah.
So they promise it. They say, oh yeah, we're going to send you the check after we get all the money through. And then no, this guy literally freaking hands you a check right there. Boom, bang.
Yeah.
No, I know, and I don't want to say the name of the series, but there was a series that was
Plenty. There wasn't
South
just
Florida.
one.
There was more than one, right?
I think they said Kevin is still owed money from Three Palms.
Yeah, I know. There's other events that promised this big purse of money for winnings, and they just they didn't back what they said. They fell short, and some of them had to move out of the area because there was a lot of that going on. So to see somebody put their money where their mouth is and deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unheard of,
It's
especially
unheard of.
everything that we've experienced and dealt with. It was just sort of, that's why there was so much skepticism, and I was just like,
Yeah.
whoa, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
And,
But
and
it's
we're
real.
talking back in the Nopi Drift days when that was the premier drift series.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot. It's not like we're just tuning in recently. We've been watching and been around the drifting for, I don't know how many years now have you been. I mean, you've been longer, I think, than any of us.
We're
can't
14
count.
years into it.
Yeah,
too.
we're 14 years in it, and so you got to be at least 3 or 4 years past that. You got to be almost 18 years into it.
Into the
God,
Florida
making me
drifting.
Into the Florida, well, just into the following drifting, in the States,
Well, I
being
mean,
involved with it one way or another.
Even being
Yeah.
involved. No, I mean Ben's been involved with actual Florida drifting for about. It had to be 18
16.
years.
I would say 16.
16
2004.
2004.
is when we really started.
Zachary.
Well, we had D1 come to Gulfstream Park.
We had-
Was it Gulfstream?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gulfstream
Well,
Park.
we had drift show off in Homestead.
Yeah, that was the first one. That
That-
was actually my first exposure to it. You had the
Yeah.
Falcon Drift show off event at Homestead Miami
Same.
Speedway,
Yeah.
and you had like a lot of people that I did not know they were gonna grow to be, where they were gonna be in the whole drift
Was it
community.
Blake Fuller at that
'Cause you
one
had-
in a rear-wheel drive Integra?
Yes.
Yes, you had Blake Fuller, Harry Turbola, Bill Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
I
Wild
mean,
Bill
there's
Sherman.
just so many names.
And then you had Von Gittin, Calvin Wan.
They were at Homestead?
Calvin
Yeah,
Wan.
they came down, and then Ben something. They always call him Big Smoke.
Ben Schwartz.
Ben Schwartz.
Ben
yes.
Schwartz. That was another one there.
Yeah, he was there. There was a lot of drivers out there, and Chelsea Denofa.
Yeah,
He was
Yeah.
there.
So-
That was. I think that was his first drift event, was it not?
I don't remember.
I believe that was it because that was
The first time I saw Chelsea was in the Miata with the
That was
with
XTC, right?
No, it was in Nopi. You remember it was like the demolition derby course where it was a course
my
made
gosh,
with
that was
all
at
K
Dolphin
rails.
Stadium.
Yeah,
Yes.
Dolphin
That
Stadium.
That was with Nick
of
Hogan,
course.
Nick Hogan and
Yeah.
a Viper. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, yeah, that was like the gauntlet. They put him through like.
Yeah. We're showing our age here. A little
Yeah.
bit.
So to go back to my
that
point, then I-
S14 got wrecked.
Oh my gosh, a
Remember
lot
that?
of cars got wrecked. But to
Yeah.
go back to my point is that to what Klutch Kickers was able to do, and how not just do it, but do it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at a pro level. Let's be
Yeah.
honest here. There are other major series out there that are going through similar struggles, and Klutch Kickers is just it's his first year.
I don't know,
So-
Zachary. I mean, I guess you could tell us, but I don't know. I mean, how many of your? I mean, I know Nick Swan has a lot of event experience. I know, Pat Gooden and those
The
guys.
judges do, yeah.
The judges have been around events for a long time. But how much of your guys' staff has actually ran? Maybe not motorsports events, but just events in all.
Prior to
because
this.
you guys are like so on point
Yeah.
Yeah.
that it's like, holy cow! How'd you guys learn so fast?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because we used to run, you would never know, but we used to run events down at a track called County Line.
Yeah.
It took us a long time to get to where we were at and comfortable running our events.
Smoothly to
Smoothly.
work out bugs.
I
and
mean, we
everything like
did it from 2006 to 2014.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
8 years, right? Or
that. Yeah,
around?
about that. Yeah.
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 So, and it took a long time. And by the time we were done, our events were super smooth. But I mean, your guys are just on another level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you can answer that whenever you want.
Actually, he wrote, "I'm the only one." That's what he wrote.
Oh, the only one's experience.
Oh, wow.
I believe so.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Well, then you have a good staff, and
Yeah.
maybe there's a lot of stuff that goes on that goes haywire, but it doesn't show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Maybe. But I think what helps, and you could tell with everybody involved, that there's a drive, there's a
Camaraderie.
determination, the camaraderie, and they all have this unified goal in mind, and the way how they work their butts off to make it all happen. I think
You remember how
it's-
hard it was to get volunteers to even pick up cones?
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I mean, we used to like, damn it, man, we got you in here for free. We do all this stuff for you, and you can't run out and pick up a damn cone. You're sitting down there in the corner.
Well,
like,
you got
these guys are sweeping the. I mean, at one time I saw 6 guys sweeping the track.
yeah.
Yeah.
With legitimate brooms.
Well, they were legitimate brooms, not like FD Japan. No witches brooms. They had legit push brooms.
They're leftover Harry Potter brooms.
I said in the live stream they were a traveling act.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also wrote, of our core team of me, Matt, Austin, Nick, and Mr. Castleberry, I've been the only one in drifting for an extended period of time. I spent 10 years driving in Nopi/Streetwise.
Oh, wow. So, okay,
I
you've
remember
been
that.
around then.
okay.
Yeah. And I moved to Florida 6 years ago, and I've been running events in the area for 5 years on and off. Matt/Austin and myself worked together the entire time. Then we met Nick and his dad and the rest.
Wow. Okay.
That is cool,
Interesting.
man. Well, congrats.
Thank you for bringing the
Thank
series.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
for bringing that experience because it shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, of
So
many
he already
series-
knows about the other events that have.
Yeah, he knows
that
about
have,
the
you
events.
already
that
know
have-
what I'm talking about.
There's so
I
many
have to say
series
it.
that we've experienced. I mean, this is clearly one of the best that we've ever been to. I mean, it's just it was right off the bat, like you felt a level of professionalism, even from even down to like the drivers, that don't even have that much experience. Like they know what entails in driving in the series, and it was just very well organized, and everything was.
Yeah, and you could tell the grassroots drivers from the ones that really didn't like Avocado for
Yeah.
one, how he progressed from the beginning of the season to the
Yeah.
end of the season. So, one, what Klutch Kickers does is it brings these two. It's like the I don't know, the glue that kind of binds everything together. The pro guys, pro 2 guys, and the grassroots guys. It kind of just everybody culminates in this one area, but it's keeping the pro guys in seat time, giving them a different level of competition to change their game plan, but it's bringing this other level of grassroots drivers up.
Yeah, that's the thing that you think about is like these grassroots drivers are getting the experience of a lifetime without spending a lot of money.
Taylor Ray said that in his video.
I mean, the amount of money that you're spending to get to battle these like freaking intense
People
guys.
are building cars just for Klutch Kickers now.
Yeah.
Well, now they are. Yeah, they're like, damn it, we're coming.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hope you do a top whatever the hell you have to do. So please, let's see what they can bring out.
That'd be awesome.
God.
That'd be awesome.
Top 72, maybe.
Whoa, tack another day on there.
Top
make it a week.
128.
Let's talk about Drift Week, just all at Klutch Kickers.
That's funny.
Yeah. In any case, so before I forget, before we
Which is
round
Slipknot
off,
song?
anything else you guys wanted to mention about Klutch Kickers? I think we pretty much covered it all. But,
No, I think we're good.
But if obviously the year has ended for Klutch Kickers, and what a great phenomenal year.
Invite us back for 2021.
Yes, we hope to be back, hopefully. And if you want to continue and get some practice, I would implore you and encourage you to check out Assetto Corsa. They have virtually recreated the track in the game. And unfortunately, we could not have our Wrangler here because he would have enjoyed this. We actually have one of our own taking advantage of that opportunity. So I just wanted to highlight some of his footage.
Is this Gabby?
This is Gabby?
Yeah, this
Oh, this
is
is Klutch
in-car
Kickers.
footage
Okay,
from
here we go.
him. Yeah, he's
Oh, this is
there.
Klutch Kickers, right?
Yeah,
this is the Klutch Kickers
that's Klutch
course.
Kickers.
Oh, that was
yeah.
after. Okay, now. Oh,
Yeah.
they're touch and go, and now going to outer zone number 2.
Yeah. Yep, our driver Wrangler, there.
Oh,
he's tapping.
He's tapping.
Now go off into the infield.
Yep. Oh, that was wrong.
Yeah, this is not realistic. He would, if he got a bump like that, he would obviously go into the infield and plow a couple
And this is where they do the
This is
hot
where-
lap.
And then we
This-
just got run over.
Little Gabby Jordan.
Yeah,
Some
Gabby
random
J.
ninja.
Man,
right?
I got to get a rig because this looks fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to get a rig put in your garage so I can go over there.
I played 10 minutes before we left to Klutch Kickers, and I was like, I gotta get off of this. I'm getting addicted. It's too much. It's so much
Does he
fun.
have screens or does he have like a VR?
Just one TV, and it's enough. It gives you enough perspective. And
Nice.
Oh, man.
yeah, and as you can see, the head moves. Your eyesight moves
yeah.
a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, and this is another perspective from it. Same runs, just you know.
Wait a minute.
That's not
Gabby's ahead of you because that says some random ninja.
Yes.
Oh, so this is a
So
different.
wait, who's driving?
Da, da, da.
Is that you, Ben?
Maybe.
Wait a minute.
Captain Ben throwing down on the rig. Oh,
I see.
man,
I see.
Captain
You
Ben,
get bumped.
dropped the
You
tire.
get bumped, and you do go on the infield.
You dropped the tire. Look at that.
So, do you have more information about this?
What do you mean more information?
You dropping
Do you
tires all
know
over the place.
who's
What's up?
driving?
Oh, yeah, it's yours truly.
Yes, it is.
Oh man, and yes, I was in on it. Actually, it's kind of funny because one night I was in an Xbox Live party with Gabby, and he was like, "Man, I was tandeming with this guy, and we were like, door to door, and it was amazing." And then I was like, "Didn't Ben tell me he was on a wheel?" And he was playing a set of Corsa now, but he just didn't want Gabby to know.
Oh.
Did he find out?
He's like, what the hell?
Oh man.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
funny. That's funny.
Yeah, his screen name should be player.
Oh, there he goes
can hear
talking.
him.
Yeah.
God.
Yo, we were. I was cracking up so hard. I was trying to keep my composure when he was telling me all this because then I was like, I know this is Ben. Let me text him. Ben, were you playing with him tonight? Yes, I was. I was like,
God, that doesn't sound right.
You need to
I
phrase
just
that a
wanted
little
to feel
different.
Phrasing.
connection.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Your phrasing is a little
yeah.
off.
Anyway,
Yeah.
were you
Will you
playing a
drive it?
Seto with Gabby? There we go. And he's like, yes. And I was like, I was just like, I want to cry of laughter right now because he's telling me about this and I can't tell him, because
That's funny.
it took me a while to figure out he was on a wheel because we play Forza together, and on Forza it's very apparent when somebody's on a wheel versus somebody else on a controller like me. And I was
The wheels are not going.
yeah, they're not flopping all over the place. And I'm looking at his car and I'm like, why is he pulling away so hard? What's going on? And then I look at his front wheels and they're just dialed. And I'm like, when'd you get a wheel? And he just started cracking up. It took you so long.
Yeah. I actually had other plans. I was actually gonna try to talk to Matt to see if I could feed in that footage and just. But I was like, nah.
Nah, not the right time.
Not the right time. But in any case, I don't know if he's happy about it, but
He's so
Gabby,
mad.
love you, buddy. Anywho, so before we wrap up, one final topic that I think is very important for the local guys here in South Florida, county line. So, Paul,
Yeah.
you did some research regarding
So,
county line, and
If
tell us.
anybody wants an update on County Line, this is the update. Okay, so in 2018, it was approved to be reopened as a motorsports park / ATV park. It's taken to about now to come out to bid. Unfortunately, with COVID, it's kind of been under wraps. But basically, what happened in July, it went out for public bid for pretty much anybody to come out and say, hey, this is what we can do to build a track and bring in people, and this is how we can do it. I mean, the county was very so they pretty much are not going to work with anybody. I mean, they're trying to work with people, but they're limiting the organizers or the investors to 5-year contract or 5-year lease with a 2-year option to renew. That's completely contingent upon Miami-Dade County. There's also a contingency in there where they can kick you out at any time to if the airport needs to use the old airstrip for any reason. I'm sure that has to be there for sure government reasons as well. But it'll be so basically the bid should have had bidders. It looks like it didn't. I'm waiting to hear more from the purchaser. I left him a message. I haven't heard anything back. But as of now, I mean, it is cool that we're seeing bids for a recreational motorsports facility at County Line again. So maybe after some, bureaucracy.
Can you talk about the terms that did you...
I mean, we could talk about the terms. Like I said, there's a 5-year term with 2-year option to renew. They basically can't change anything on there. You can't make a different layout, so we can't do a Klutch Kickers. It's going to be second turn trap and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
the pavement that's there straight that has to remain. You can't add to the pavement.
We can't add to the pavement. We can't change anything. I mean, we'll never have anything like Klutch Kickers. But for us down here, when we lost County Line, we lost a piece of our heart. And a lot of our community. Yeah, it was the only track that we have as a home. Most tracks down here will not do drifting, and even PBIR
is an hour away.
Is an hour away, and they don't really like drifting. They're tolerating it, and right now they haven't even let us have an event all year. I mean, there hasn't been a drifting event all year
February,
in PBIR.
March was the last one.
Yeah, March was the last one, but they haven't.
This
really
sounds like a plea for help or something.
But it is a plea for help.
But the thing is with this too is that what is the aviation side could say, hey, we need it back.
Well, I think that's a government thing because the military and all that stuff they could need to.
So like in the middle of your 5-year lease, they could just say
they could terminate. Yeah, they could terminate.
Who's going to want to invest in that?
It's going to be very hard to find an investor. That's why the bid ended and there was no bidders.
Yeah, because it makes. Why do you think somebody's going to bid on something with no guarantee? Even 5 years isn't enough. That's just not enough.
Yeah, if you guys ever want to see County Line, just go on YouTube and look up County Line, Dragway Drift or
Sweet
Drift
Motion
Sessions.
Films. Sweet Motion.
Yeah,
Films.
look up Sweet Motion Films of County
Chris
Line
Lawrence.
Dragway. Isn't that Kevin Lawrence's brother? Chris Lawrence? Are they related at all?
I don't think they're related.
I thought they were related.
They're not.
They're not? Okay.
No.
Chris Lawrence, he was Sweet Motion Films back in the day. Some great videos. My Culture has some good videos from back then.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you
you can see our track, and that was our track, and
we had both a skid
Pat
pad and
Pat
a
Gooden
full
came
track.
down. Pat Gooden came down. He was
Jeremy
come down.
Lowe
Jeremy
came-
Lowe used to come down. We had some.
No, Chelsea has drifted County Line, so you can watch Chelsea drift it. But either way, it was a close track to us, and we've been without an actual drift track since 2014.
Yeah.
We're constantly begging for another one. So this is pretty much our only option for Miami because there's not too much land that is available that can be deemed a motorsports park or at least zoned a motorsports park. There is a Porsche club that is on the airport in Miami, but,
it's a blocker, but
they're not going to let us drive on their track.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much only the rich in Miami that can drift, whether it's Homestead. I mean, well, they won't drift, but race. So you can either. What are you doing?
Breaking stuff.
Anyways.
Yeah,
so you had to do that right now.
Like, why did you have to do that?
I'm being prepared.
Oh, you're being prepared. You should have been prepared earlier. Anyway, so we don't have anything. we got empty.
Well, thank you. Well, I
warehouses.
want to say thank you, Klutch Kickers, for giving us a spot and something to kind of get back into that.
Yeah.
That drifting. I mean, we used to do judging. We used to do commentary. We used to do all that for our drift events down here. And without missing a track for 6 years, we've really missed that. And thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You should sign us off with a Sweet Motions video.
Why did you take those down?
Yeah.
No, because we're gonna.
We're still on. You guys are having this little spat.
Don't you worry about it.
Don't you worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, look at
the
that.
old SFL Drifters.
There you
channel.
go.
Yeah.
You gonna show a video?
Well, no, I'm just saying if you want to show off like the track. I mean, we got like old videos here. I mean, you got like for instance, hang on. Well, let's go to one of the old popular ones. Like for instance, Mr.
Well, this is a skid
Jerry?
pad.
That's Jerry. That's a skid pad.
This is a skid pad. So this is a very no. Let's go to the track, main track.
Yeah, but we did that every other week.
Well, that was fun.
That was
But
fun.
that was. I mean, to these guys, I mean, it's not.
That's all we had, though. We
That's not all we had. We had the main track.
We had
know
the
what
main
I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
Yeah, let's not show a skid pad though.
But
He still has that car.
This was part of it. This is the skid pad.
This was what we did on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday we'd have a skid pad
Wednesday?
event.
It was Saturday nights.
Yeah, but this is
We
what,
do Wednesdays too.
but this is what kept
I
us.
wasn't invited.
That was when you were.
This was
gone.
like our fellowship, is what I'm saying. Is like, okay, a skid pad, yeah, it's not whatever, but we got together, we had some good times,
You have
and
a
it was like
main track?
where we like instead of hanging out in the parking lot, we went to county line.
Yeah. Go down a little more. Yeah. Or there you go. Go to.
Yeah, just go down.
Go down?
So yeah, go down.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, don't go up.
Just scroll down. Don't go down. That's nobody needs to know about that.
You know what? I don't think there's footage of the big track over here.
Yes,
gotta
there
be.
is. There's
Right
gotta
there,
be.
right there.
Where?
That's
Next
skid
one.
pad.
No, down right to your right. There you go.
No,
right
that's
there.
not even.
No,
That's
no,
a
no,
different
that's-
track. It's
that's a
FTC.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's FTC.
Yeah.
I thought I said King County line.
No.
It's got to be. You have the first. Yeah, right there.
Oh,
right.
this
Yeah,
is it.
one hand out. There you go.
Okay. All right. We'll go with this one.
This is the
Oh,
first.
this is Ryan
was the
Kaufman.
first.
This was the Ryan Kaufman is Miata. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Look at that.
Thing.
Oh, shoot. I hit the wrong thing. Hang on. Let's rewind.
Well, this is when we were drifting the first turn.
So basically, if county line was two runways for as a touch and go landing strip out in the middle of the Everglades, kind of.
I thought you were talking about like a touch and go, like on a drift track. But
No. So basically, where the two airstrips meet, there was this big roundabout where the
For
planes
planes to turn around.
to turn around in. So we basically used that roundabout to drift on. They did add a little tiny bit of pavement where we would go off, but
Yeah,
the track
look up
owners
Sweet
were
Motion
so
Films.
cheap, and it was just like we invested our own money in it. We didn't get paid anything to run the events, and whatever little money, I bought a tire machine. And I charged money to bring the tire machine out there, and the money that I would make from the tire machine, I would use to buy cones and
Look
clipping
up Sweet
points.
Motion Films.
It has music. I can't use it.
Oh,
Well, you can mute it.
why not? It's on YouTube.
No, there's restrictions.
Oh, there's restrictions. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. So, well, check them out.
Yeah.
Check them
yeah.
out. Look it up.
In any case, no, you have something lined
Yeah, you
up.
have something for us
Well, I
now?
was gonna, for when it ended, but yeah, just.
Oh God, really?
Here we go.
How do you know you can even see that?
Can you see that?
No,
It's on-
you dummy.
You can't
No.
see that.
Well, put it on the screen.
Good job, genius.
They're in the back.
Yeah, well, I don't know why you.
Yeah, but I
You know
wanna-
what? Just put it in back of his
I
head.
want to
Just
point it
slap him
out.
with
You
him.
wanna
Let's
point
just
it
slap
out.
it with him. You want to
Take your
point
shirt
it
off.
Oh boy.
Yes, please check it out.
Actually, you know what? There we go. I got it.
So, all right.
What?
It's on the screen.
Which one is this?
What's
on
on the
Instagram? Yeah. So follow our Instagram.
Oh
Here it is.
God.
You know.
Okay. All right.
All right. Drift
Facebook.
Sessions, and then our Facebook. Look, can you?
It's right there.
There it is. Our Facebook. Yeah. So
There's
follow
literally
that.
nothing different. So it's
Yeah.
it's exactly the
Hey,
same.
just in case. Some.
The beat up signs that we made for Klutch Kickers that got destroyed in the weather.
Yeah.
The elements.
In any
Just
case.
thought it was.
Yeah.
It would have been better.
You're thinking about something.
Throw it on the Volvo, why don't you?
Yeah. I did. Everything else is on a Volvo.
Yeah, I know. You're using it like a shelf now.
Well,
Jeez.
Okay, folks, so thank you for tuning in. And again, I just want to highlight and mention that we want to thank Klutch Kickers for giving us the opportunity. We did not expect it. And when we
The
got the
experience
call,
of our lifetime.
yeah, it was definitely one of a kind. And we hope to do it again, hopefully. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in, especially those on the chat for being a part of it. Great questions. We hope to see you guys again. And 2 weeks from now, maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do
no.
know,
well, that's not Halloween.
Yes,
but it's not Halloween. Saturday's Halloween. Why can't we do the 30th?
Yeah.
Because there's still Pro 2 going on. That
No, we're still doing it.
But we can still do. But
Yeah, we're
by the
still
time we
doing
do it, Pro 2 will be done by 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is what I'll suggest. Check out our social media channels, and we'll give you an update on when our next episode
We're
is
shooting
gonna
for
be.
every 2 weeks.
So in any case, thank you again for tuning in.